Okay, we should be back. Let's find out. Are we back? Hello. Hello. I messed it up. Be back. I messed it up. Me and technology, we just don't go together. Go. Back. Hello. Hello. Activate. I messed it up. Be back. I messed it up. Me and technology, we just don't go together. Hello, chat. Hello. Hello. Go. Back. Hello. Hello. Activate. All right, you guys have already discovered the hello emote. I had a bunch of emotes made, and I think they look nice. I have an echo. That's because I had the stream open. It's gone now. That's the only way of me getting a link to the stream. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, the yelling frog, I think I'm gonna zoom in because you can like barely see that one. So all you see is like his head and the arms. I want to pin this, sir. God damn it. Oh, I just paused it. All right. I'm done fucking with shit. I'm sure it'll figure itself out. Oh, did I just move? I hate technology. It's my enemy. When two Devins are talking, you sit, learn, and listen. Did you like my last video, chat? I think it's probably my worst one. I messed up the audio so bad on that one. This is Enchant Farm. It's in the description. God, how... I swear, I already used this program before that puts chat on my screen. And now I can't figure it out. This is true suffering. Is learning how to do something. It works perfectly. And now it just doesn't work anymore. This is what the first 30 minutes of every stream is going to be. Is me trying to figure out how to get the fucking chat window to work. I speak too slow. Yeah, that was the other problem with the audio. Is I didn't cut like half of the blank space. I don't know. It was no good. Because what that is, it's not me talking slow. It's me stopping the recording to record a new line. And there's always white space, you know, because you have to let it record a little bit before you start talking. And then I just didn't cut out enough of that white space. Where can you get this? You Google Enchant Farm download. And then you download it. Alright. How the fuck do you pin this? I'm losing it. I know there's a way to do it. Here we go. Always on top. Okay, we did it. We're done. We can start playing this game. And if anyone was here last time... Is there anyone at Frogmire tier yet? No. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I did, is people wanted the cheaper membership. So I made cheaper membership, and then just for the fuck of it, I also made a $100 one for funsies. I don't think anyone's going to get it, but it'd be funny if someone did. This game has no fan. Yeah, no, dude, this is way too obscure. Stop getting rid of white spaces. Yeah, put more empty space. But yeah, if you're here last time, you know that the goal was to get 4 party members, which we succeeded. But the other goal is the more important thing is to not die to crabs. And there will be a crab emote as soon as I get 2 more memberships. Then I can have another emote. Not get killed by crabs, and save wind. We have to save wind. If wind dies, we have to restart the whole run. So that's the plan at the moment. I wish I knew where I was going, though. I'm still not even 100% certain how you save wind, but I'm, like, semi-clear now. We have to go back to Waterland. Oh, yeah, there's also a toad emote. That's a good one. I like that one. Oh, yeah, and this is, like... I'm just gonna play this till, you know, the pain sets in. And I plan on doing a like, what's his name? Zesty Jesus did a stream where he rebalanced every weapon in TF2. The problem is he was kind of a coward about it, and then he only rebalanced things he thought needed to be changed. So instead, I've set up a big ol' Photoshop document with every TF2 weapon, and we're just gonna rebalance every weapon, period. Oh, fuck. Right here. So we'll do that later, once I'm done with this. We'll rebalance every TF2 weapon, every single one. Does this do anything? Stone. Oh, it does have some mag. What did I give? I could have sworn I gave everyone a weapon that could hit these guys. I guess not. And this one should have an electric weapon, right? Yeah. I've never played TF2. You should not. Honestly, it's not anymore. What the fuck? Stone just got obliterated. That's not good. That's real bad. Well, I guess we can't go there yet. Dude, I could have sworn we could have saved wind way earlier than this. I feel like I'm fucking something up. Oh well. God damn it. Wait, I have no mana? God. Pain. Oh, we can't flee. Okay, well, I'm just gonna play this normally, I guess. Yeah, no one has it. Where the fuck did my mana go? Okay, we're just it. All right. We reload the save. Dude, this is fucked. I thought I remembered this game, and then as soon as I played it, the mold holes, I apparently don't remember this game at all. I'm like, this should be the easy area, but I'm getting obliterated. Partly because I have no mana, which I don't. You should be getting mana, right? I should have full mana now, correct? Okay, at least that part's true. Alright, can we at least fight these guys now? You defend. You fire. You you do nothing. Apparently you do 0 damage. God damn. Jesus. All right, I'm losing it. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. This is like the only place I could think to go. Thing is, darkness shouldn't be in the back. That's I don't know. I can't get stone in front without darkness being in back. Have you ever played Marvel Rivals? I have. It's okay. To me, it feels like, I don't know. I don't even like it as much as I like whatever it's called. Overwatch. Ooh, those are, yep, those are good misses. I really like those misses. What is your take on the politics slop question? What does that mean? Is this game woke? This is it's as woke as you can get. Every character is female. Actually, I don't think that's true. But most of them are. Breakers win. Never. Well, at least we got a kill. Alright, I need to unequip. Alright, I need to figure out how to move party members around. Help. Select. Change. No. Oh, shift is arrange. Okay. Goddamn fucking sticky keys. All right, guys. It's early enough in the stream. Someone tell me how to disable sticky keys. It says off. Dog. I'm in the settings. It says sticky keys are off. What do you want me to do? All right, whatever. It's over. Can I multi-stream to kick? Maybe eventually. I'm probably gonna get banned, but I do want to stream on Twitch at some point just so I can do copyright-related things. What was I doing? Oh yeah, stone needs to be moved. Shift. Wait. Okay. And so stone should probably be there, I guess. Full uncensored TF2 stream on kick when? Soon. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Dude, can I level anyone up with 700? Am I just fucked? I feel... Oh, I should probably be equipping people with things. That might be part of the problem. Up defense, up HP. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm not leveling up, guys, when I should be. Is part of the problem here. Not that I can right now. How do I equip things? I forgot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay, these guys aren't even equipped with anything, but I don't have things yet. All right, I need to just explore, and if we have to reset, it's fine. We will reset though. Oh my god. I'd probably die here. $150. Oh, I do 300% damage to those guys. Alright, this is probably fine. I don't understand why it's not level up automatically. It's like Dark Souls. When you level up, you have to pick a stat. You use souls to pick a stat. I've also fucked up. Water should be in the back still. So wherever fire is in her slot is where I need to put water. What up, Devin? Hello. What the fuck? Dude, water has died every fucking fight. At least that time it was 999 damage. Have I ever played Super Lesbian Horse RPG? I feel like you know the answer to that. I feel like I definitely lose this fight. God damn. Fire does nothing. I mean, water is useful, but she sucks. She's died every... She's just a really shitty version of wind. At least got one. We'll just keep spamming. We'll win eventually. Stone is going to die soon. Oh, healer. He won't get banned from Twitch. His toucan energy. I know. I just have to keep saying I'm Jewish, and maybe I won't get banned. How come he didn't heal? That's not good. Magic water heals. Oh, it only heals SP? That's fucked. What game is this? This is Enchant Farm. It's in the description. Where are the furry party members? Unfortunately, never. I don't think there are any in there in this game. Ooh, poisoned. Stone is officially dead. I think it's fine because we somehow won this fight, even though literally everything was against us. We did it. All it took was 2 of our party members dying. Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here. Even though I'm almost guaranteed this is where we're supposed to be. My favorite slur is Toad, because that's the only one I'm allowed to use. Darkness. Up your defense, your agility, HP. Yeah, holy shit. I should not be able to level up 5 times from killing 1 enemy. I'm definitely not supposed to be here. I'm so like, what do you, look at this. Talk. All right, there we go. Nope, not the graveyard. When you get obliterated. Pretty sure wherever I go, I'm gonna get obliterated. Not that way. Does Tan Fairy have a name? Oh, Stone? It's Stone. All of them are just their elements, and then a number. So water doesn't miss 300 times this fight. Dude, this is looking a little better than last time, at least. Hello. Look at all of these peasants with only the normal wave emote instead of the frog wave emote. Oh, I love when I was super speeding, water died for the 900th time. Water is profoundly useless. You suck, water. Get some agility level ups. Flame. Nope, okay. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, water is worthless. Already poor shaming. You can always poor shame. That's what my whole Switch 2 video is about poor shaming. You just have to read between the lines. I'm like afraid to go check Wind because she's just gonna be dead. Alright, can I fight this yet? I don't know why I'm just asking to lose, but why not? Let's find out. Yeah, dude, we're gonna get fucking obliterated. Oh yeah, cause oh, I never. Okay, there we go. Yeah, grass mixer, do darkness 1, try and get. Yeah, fire does 0 damage. That's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that went good. Yep. Yeah, we're winning this one. We're winning that one. That's for sure. Not the way we're going. Long sword. It may be crab time. I was looking for the crab sprite to make a new thumbnail, But you have to look through about a 1,000 like super tiny sprites to try and find the images from this game. What? I don't know how he got me. Nope. No. I can't draw. Thanks for the 5 memberships. Sweet. Now we can have a crab emote. Soon. Soon, crab emote. I'll have to find the image. Come on. When am I going to cover rants? Never. Alright, I think I'm going to save scum my way through this area. Because I'm pretty sure there's some cool stuff I can pick up. Oh, no. OFN, thanks to the 1 membership. We're getting the fuck out of there. God damn it. I wonder how much like Pokemon this is, because I'm not sure if water is super effective on ground in this. Because electric isn't super effective on water, so it's definitely not exactly the same. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. And that's not a lot of damage. Yeah, this is looking bad. And I can't flee. Ooh, yeah, no, this is over. I just want to save scum a little bit. Just a little bit. Just enough to get like 1 or 2 cool items that I'm not supposed to have yet. It's harder than it looks, though. Oh, I need a cavern key, and it's all right. Never mind. We're out of here. This is not where we're supposed to be. Not that I even know where we're supposed to be. Am I ever gonna try Blue Archive? Probably not. Especially after I see Kobe playing Blue Archive off stream, and I'm like, that's not good. That's a bad sign. Oh no. All right. Yeah, it's very over. Unfortunately, it is very, very over. I don't think he spent any money yet, but soon. Soon. I think I'm gonna kill some of the pirates, maybe, and hopefully... Nope, don't even talk to Wind. She's still there, at least. Sued. He did spend money on stream. That's different, though. Spending money off stream is a lot worse. Commander Chris, thanks for the $2. If she got a yeast infection, I give a beastly friction. That's good. Alright, we save. And we try and sneak our way through here. Well, that didn't work. God damn it. I love how in this game, if you get ambushed, you just instantly lose. That's always my favorite part. Yes. Yeah, that green party member is the best party member in the game. And if she's left there too long, she will die forever. So I'm doing my best. I keep forgetting to switch the thing. I actually think we need to use black to guard because stone is, yeah, extremely useful here. Water. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Finally somewhere I can actually do stuff. Sweet. Is this Elden Ring? Yes. How'd you know? Yeah, we need to give Stone, or Flame needs agility. Like for reals, yo. And Stone also needs some agility. Is there a reason they're named Darkness and Wind? I have no fucking idea. Like, genuinely none. Oh, I fucked myself. I may have to cure this burn, or I'm probably gonna lose every fight. I don't know how to do that, though. At least healer. This spell... Yeah, that does it. Sweet. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's just their element. That's all it is. Alright, here we go. Oh, this isn't bad at all. Type Affinity 1. Revive Wind. I'm trying. Problem is I don't remember how. I just know I have to get something, and I think it's related to the pirates. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I had wind before I fought the pirates. Who knows? Yeah, upper magic. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm not sure if I actually have to fight this or not. Or if I can just... Or not. Oh. Yeah, that's a good sprite. What is... Actually, I should probably read these. The user will not be attacked on the turn the skill is used. That's terrible. Raises defense by 1 stage. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's actually weak to fire. That's good. Oh, he resists burn? That's annoying. Stone does 0? Is that really 0? Oh. Alright, never mind. I need to switch this around. Not the Tanuki nuts. Does he have his nuts out? I mean, I guess kinda. Yeah, let's see if he can block blind. That's the more important one. And fucking win. Alright, alright. This is a very doable fight, but I need to change Water's position to being back. Please select the second party member. I'm trying to. What do you mean? Can you not swap darkness out of the front position? No, you can't. So I have to do the fucking pain. Alright, so if stone is in... I think I just swapped these two. Goddamn fucking sticky keys that I turned off and is somehow still going. That should be right. Okay, the game actually just fucked me there. I was trying to run into him and he juked me so that he could get me from behind. Retardigus2, thanks for the $5. Don't judge Kobe too harshly. Chat tempting him with brown waifu ass. That's not even the one he has, though. There we go. Okay. Now we can do it. This should be a very doable fight. I did figure out sticky keys. It turned itself back on, and I don't know how. I don't know if I should even keep spamming. Probably not. I think just more damage is better. Ooh, that's bad. Oh well, she should be fine. Yeah, okay, never mind. She's fine. Ooh, dude, how does water die every fight? She's so fucking worthless. I would sell everything to have water killed. Like, as soon as I get wind, she's gone forever. Oh, this has 2 health bars? Ooh, that's bad. Dude, this fight would be so fucking winnable if water wasn't worthless. Okay, so he's immune to... Oh, I never got... Oh, I did. I did get healing water. Okay. Live. I could revive. Do I want to revive? Yeah, I'll revive water. Fuck it. Since said for him to play Smite 2 with you, you have to tell him he has to play it with you now and force him. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, that sounds right. God damn, she was alive for a turn, dude. The chance of the back person being targeted is so low in this game, too. Yeah, they're supposed to only attack in the front. It's only certain attacks I can hit in the back, and even then, it's a % chance. The thing is, Wind 1 only has 1 health, but she has a higher dodge chance, so she can survive in the back way long. Oh, and Stone just got crit. I think we still win this, but that was a lot closer than it needed to be. God, water is worthless. Talon. So we got for doing that. All right, what is this? Flame. Okay, well, that wasn't worth it at all. That didn't even give more souls than just fighting random guys in that higher level area. Yeah, all right, here's, I'm gonna, what is this? I don't know what any of that means. Yeah, take away this shit. Boost max HP, strength, hasten status recovery. I don't need any of that. Point is we need to not equip the evil ring anymore. I'm gonna unequip the large shield too. Give it to Stone. Give her this, probably. And then these guys, yeah, you can have nothing. You need, maybe give, yeah, give Fire the extra health. All right, maybe water won't die instantly now. Finally, a Goldstein that doesn't stream Coom Bait? What do you mean? This is Coom Bait. Hello. What? How do you think to discourage lobbying of gaming corporations? Because they're already doing that. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. Not violence. The answer definitely wouldn't be violence. I'm sure if they were to be murdered, they definitely would not keep doing what they're doing. They would become ghosts and do it in the ghost. So you should not use violence of any kind. Violence is bad. Definitely don't do that. All right, now we have to run all the way fucking back to the water fountain. Look, violence has never accomplished anything. Like, what are you talking about? People who say all of human civilization was built on violence and it solved literally every problem in all of history, I mean, that's just absurd. What are they talking about? All right, back to, I'm gonna go to the pirate ship. Started playing PMD. Those are the best games. I love those games. I mean, it's probably not the same experience if you didn't play it as a kid, but I still think they're good games. I'm gonna get fucking crabbed because I wasn't paying attention. Soon we'll be able to whoop the crab's ass. By soon, I mean probably like 40 hours from now. No, not in there. Alright, we gotta whoop this guy's ass, I think. I keep forgetting. Starting us in a water area and giving us the fire person is true suffering. Why does blue disappear? What does that mean? Blue just dies all the time if you're talking about water, because he's fucking worthless. Has anyone tried modding this game or adding to it? Dude, no one even knows about this game. How long is this game? I don't actually remember, but I think it's pretty long. Yeah, we probably could have done this way earlier. All right, is this what I had to do? Maybe. Yes, oh my, I think it is. I think it is. Yes, I did. Cam Gomez. This is a dark storm. Blah, 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 blah. All right, I think he gives me what I can revive wind with. You like way more indie games? Yeah, I do. I like Kobe's. He's only one tier from Normie. I like the more obscure. Yup, there we go. Expensive medicine. Yep. Wait, begging you, that treasure while keeping this old heart going. Wait, fuck, I wasn't reading. Damn it. Oh well, I'm sure it wasn't important, but he said expensive medicine, which is, yes, he did imply he was getting raped. But... no, oh god, fucking damn it, dude. The fucking crabs. Realistically, you can't demand Oracle or other database software devs that used on server power. You can demand whatever you want. I don't think you understand. This is again, violence has never accomplished anything. That's why if you put a gun to someone's head and demand something, they definitely wouldn't give it to you. That would never happen. It just wouldn't happen. It's ridiculous. All right, time to save wind. All right, save. Please don't be permadead wind. I'll cry. Yes. Yes, we're wind maxing. Finally. Yep. Talk. Yep, 1 HP. Doesn't matter, because she's the best character in the game, and it's not even fucking close. Yes. Teleport. Okay. Fuck. Party. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really paying attention. How do I get more people? Or how do I put her in my party? Fuck. Ah, ADHD. Why do you do this to me? Wait. Let me think. Let me use my brain. How do we put the person in our party who is not in my party? Fuck. That didn't help. Change. There we go. All right, so we need darkness. I know water's useless, but having mages is good. So this'll, yeah, that'll be the party. And damn, she's Wynn's a really low level. We should have done that way fucking earlier. It needs more dialogue. Yeah, more dialogue so I can skip it. Yeah, look at how much magic that is. 16 at level 5. That's crazy. All right, we need more souls just to pump. Oh yeah, and we can give Wind. Oh, hi, Kobe. What does green amulet do? What is this? Boost max HP by 20. That's literally worthless. Evil ring. There we go. More magic power, and at literally no cost.
Yeah, can you play Coomer stuff like me? Like
No.
Oh, you can't do that?
No.
Why not?
This is a Coomer game. Just look at it.
Show me. Let me judge. What typical characters, sprites?
There is none.
There's none. It's just that.
I just realized my mouse has been on screen. Yeah, this is all you get. How is that doing it for you?
No,
No.
I'm disappointed.
I wonder if we can. I don't really know where we should be going now. Probably just forward. Kobe cameo.
Yeah, cameo. I'm just waking up, so I won't be here.
Yeah, Kobe needs to coom. Floater. Oh, I fucked up the party. Goad. Alright, it's time for darkness to be full meat shield mode now. Oh, I'm not even healed. That was dumb. But realistically, you can't demand Oracle Star. They throw a couple millions on lobbying and you lose. I don't know. That just seems like coward talk. It's like, yeah, people lobby for things all the time. That doesn't mean literally nothing is accomplished ever. Because if that was true, then you'd be using a lightning cable in Europe right now or in everywhere. You'd be using a lightning cable on your phones. I mean, Apple's a $1 trillion corporation and they lost. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I like picked up a thing. Prayer bangle. Is this just a status ailments? Okay. There you go. Actually, you get green. Hello, Debbie. I heard you've been struggling with the mold. It's true. I know a remedy from India. Your brother might know about it too. If you swallow yeah, I thought so. If it was from India, I feel like it'd be more about eating shit, but tell Kobe to start making good videos. I don't know if that can. I don't know if he can do that. He doesn't have the ability. I'll let him know though, just for you. Pain. literally nothing affected by fire. Yeah, they all get hit by a little bit. A wind die? I didn't even fucking notice. Oh, wind, why are you doing this to me? You're supposed to be the good one. Yeah, big companies don't want to compete with older games. Yeah, I know, it's fucked. Big surprise, though. Because they would lose. Because new games are shit. I'm gonna lose this. M. Garcia, thanks for the $2. Favorite and least favorite third world country. Favorite, Italy. Least favorite, oh, there goes water. Oh, I'm all the way back here, that sucks. I really should have healed. Favorite, Italy. Least favorite, somewhere in Africa, probably. Let's go with Rwanda. Fuck. Run. Just some guy, thanks for the $1. Thank you for your donation. I don't know if you said that or it just that's like the blank text. Italy? Yes, Italy is my favorite third world country. What do you mean? What's confusing about that? Look, Italy is second world at best. At best. Africa's fourth world? Yeah, maybe. Rwanda means family. I've already been down here, right? Oh, no, I know exactly where this leads. When are we getting an FGO stream? As soon as I find out what FGO stands for. Is the USA first world? Yeah. Gilgamesh, thanks for the 20 Mexican dollars. And it just says thank you for the donation, so I assume there was no text. Win. I love the big win. I was tempted to just make that a thumbnail. Just make win super massive. Yes, USA number one. Number one. Alright, do that. Yeah, I'm also impressed the water hasn't died yet. I actually don't think I'm supposed to beat it. There's another boss I can fight to get another character who's pretty good, but... And then we can replace water and never think about her ever again. But... I think I'm gonna get obliterated is the problem. Water hasn't died. Yeah, as soon as I took off the thing that gives her 1 health, she stopped dying. It's weird. Those are Mexican pesos, I see. So that was like 30 cents or something. Still, that's nice. It's 30 more cents than I had before. Yeah, first, second, third world, all it means is first world is where I live. Second world are countries I don't care about, and third world are places that are bad. Off we go. It's barely $1. Well, it's $1 more than I had before. Fuck. Water really needs more coverage. You can only use water, which is like the most worthless element for some reason. Have I played Half-Life? Yeah, I love Half-Life. second world's the worst because those are the ones allied with the Soviet Union. Yeah, I don't think anyone means that anymore when they say first, second, and third world anymore. You must pump wind, pump her magic and agility until she's the best character. Because the ideal is that she will dodge literally everything, and so she doesn't die instantly every single fight. This isn't where I want to be. It's this way. Who are you? Oh, this is the... Yeah, okay. We have to kill this bitch. She's gonna whoop my fucking ass, though. I have a feeling. The strangest feeling, just based on what this game is like. We're here for your soul. It's time to die, bitch. Yeah, where's Kobe? Kobe! This is what you want. It's Coomer shit, just for you. Yeah, I'm gonna get obliterated. Pretty much everything hits on this. First aid, focus, yeah, nothing good. Oh, she has magic resist. Yeah, this is, well, I don't know, it's better than it was before.
You need to add a tits emote.
I don't have enough emote slots. I'm doing some damage. This isn't that bad. Ooh, yeah, that's what I was worried about. Water's going to die. This boss, I think, has multiple health bars, too. I think I just don't deal enough damage. Yeah, yep, all right. We out. We out. Maybe next time. It looks like a femboy. Yeah, we just saved anyway. Yeah, I think anything with magic resist until we get the reverse is going to obliterate us. When do we get the H scenes? Soon. Wolf. It's crazy how much easier this area is now that we're a proper level. Win. I think we just keep pumping wind until she's unhittable. H scene only appears in Chaos Ruins. I don't think that's true. Oh, that's what we also need to be doing is synthing things. Look, it's Synth, your favorite YouTuber. Can we synth anything to this? No. Can make fire. Nothing with that. What does this turn into? Nothing important. What does this turn into? Also nothing important. This. Also nothing important. I think the bow can make some good shit. Nope. Also, goddamn, dude. How do I have nothing, interesting? What about the boomerang? Nope. Longsword. Oh, yeah, we got a talent at some point. Make a poison thing. Nope. Damn, okay, never mind. Yeah, this is... I think this just takes us backward, but whatever. Pretty sure there's a secret area somewhere around here, but I don't remember where. Ooh, that guy was a weak to wind and I wasn't paying attention. Yep. Spam, spam, spam. Spam, spam, spam. There we go. I wonder if we could fight those, like, turban dudes who obliterated us before. Probably not. Probably can't fight that dude either. Anything red at this point is probably unfightable. Oh, that did 0? Why am I still not? Yeah, okay. Still not paying attention. Whatever, we can heal. We finally have a healer, because wind does literally everything. So it takes 3 turns to recover, apparently. Yeah, we definitely prioritize him. Pain. God damn it, I knew that was gonna happen. I felt it in my bones. And now, I'm probably fucked, because that was the meat shield. Oh, I was doing 0 damage that whole time. I really need to stop using super speed. Well, rip. Oh, well. Damn. Okay, it's about 1:30, so we're gonna move on talking about TF2 for a while. So all TF2 heads will have a good time, and all non-TF2 heads will be sad. So give me a second where I figure out my my very ghetto Photoshop setup where you can talk about TF2 weapons for. Hopefully this won't take 5 hours, but it might. Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back to that. TF2, what is this? 2009? That's not even when TF2 was at its most popular. Oh, you are fucking with me, dog. You cannot tell me it didn't save and I didn't check before we did this. You're fucking... Why? Dude. Oh, no. Well, this will take slightly longer than it would have before. And by slightly... Dude, I had this whole crazy setup with folders and shit. Oh, no. Yeah, God. Dude, how's that even possible? I thought it's supposed to have, like, a fucking backup or so... Did I, like, just say no to do you want to save? And I hit no. All right, well. This is going to be, like, twice as ghetto as it would have been before, unfortunately. Oh, well. All right. Here's a... Yeah, before I had every weapon already in there, and it was all saved in different layers for each class. Now this is about to be 1,000 times more ghetto. But... Oh, dude, that took like an hour. Pain. Oh, I'll change the stream title. Let's see. Ranking. Or no. What's it called? Rebalancing. And then I'll just use my multiplayer thumbnail. Actually, if you want to see, you'll see the thumbnail making process really quick because I need to at least oh, and that killed it. Never mind. You can stare at more enchant farm while I figure this out. Oh no, I renamed it. Oh, we're back. We're so fucking back. I had just renamed it to a different thing. Oh, thank God. That makes things so much easier. I would have been so sad. All right, really quick thumbnail making. All I have to do is get rid of Thomas and Nick, and it'll be good enough. Did the title change? Because that should have changed already. Pain. Thumbnail. There we go. Okay, all right, we're ready. We're good. It's time. You forgot about the description. Okay. I am... All right, now we're ready. Now it's time. Goodbye, Enchant Farm. You're fun while you lasted. Nope, that's my camera. And that's nothing. Photoshop is kill. There we go. Nope, broke it again. God damn it. There we go. We're good. It's time. Can we play Enchant Farm music? Yeah, I can just have the game open. I just have to get this out of full screen. What is it? No, that's restart. 11, F2, F1, F8, F7, F6, F4, F5, F3, F2, F1. Nope, none of that does what I want. Engine license. Nope. Video. Okay, here we go. Full screen off. There you go. Now we can just have the Enchant Farm. Do you want battle music or this? Oh, you can't see me. I disappeared. Yeah, why did I disappear? There we go. Oh, wait, damn it, if I click off, the music stops. That's odd. Here, maybe if I open it not in the RPG player. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted. Oh, this might crash my computer. That was a mistake. You will make its SDGs react to TF2's rebound. The plan is to maybe turn this into a video. Probably won't do that well, but... There we go. Now it plays. Probably have to turn that down, though. Irish Major Tom, thanks for the $50. I'm so sorry, my lord. I was busy with yard work when you started streaming. It's okay. You're here now. And for the more important part of the stream, probably. Alright, which, to let it run in the background? It's too late. I already found it. It's too loud. I turned it down. It should be down. Alright, do you want, do you want this music of just like the overworld, or do you want me to run into a battle and do battle music? Yeah, Zesty did this on stream yesterday. I know, that's why I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. No Mexican. Dude, Thomas would have no idea what he's talking about. Your last video was an absolute gem. Finally a white pillar compared to Astro Synth is always black pillar. Thank you. How do you rebalance a bad game? You do your best. This is good. Okay. All right, we'll start. Oh my God. Yeah. Start with primaries. Let me move scattergun to the top and hide everything below it so that it's not. Actually, I'll probably do one last thing because I don't like having that background. So I'm gonna eyedropper this and we'll just fill tool the background. I don't know what, isn't it called paint bucket tool? No? Fill? It is called paint, but I fucking knew it. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Now it's looking good. Now we got something going. All right, now I'm ready. By the way, Devin, will you have Thomas and Nick on more streams in the future? Probably. You should play Enchant Farm for the OSD alone. Hey, better editing than Pirate Software. Don't talk shit about Pirate Software. He's a super genius. He got Paint to work in OBS, and that's fucking impossible. All right, so now since the stream's basically starting now, there were about 900 rebalancing videos on all the TF2 weapons because TF2 is balanced like shit now because they ruined the game after like 2012. The problem is the people who make those videos are all cowards, and they only rebalance the bad weapons. We're gonna rebalance every weapon because TF2 is a bad game and we have to fix it by changing literally every weapon. It's the only way. So starting all the way, like even the defaults we're changing. Where's, let me get my paint tool. Or a pen of some kind. Pencil tool. What's a good brush? We'll do hard round. Maybe make not the size massive. Oh, I have to rasterize everything. That's gonna be, actually, instead of, no, we're gonna have to do that each time. That's gonna be really annoying. That I should have done beforehand, is rasterize everything. It should just be right here. God damn it, dude, technology. Click. Oh, I did. Okay. Make the color, we'll go the red. Lamau ruined good guns? There are no good guns. Have you never played TF2? Did I actually pay for Photoshop? What do you mean? I paid for everything. I've also never lied in my life. I'm incapable of it. Let me make this smaller again. All right, so scouting, starting with scattergun. This is probably the greatest weapon in any game ever. It's probably my favorite weapon. Yeah, like the scattergun's literally perfect. So even though the whole point of this is to change every single weapon, I really don't want to change this one. It's the best. I think the only thing, does it really need 5 shot? No, it's literally perfect. It's just so good. We'll just, I think the only change for this is we'll make, no, I like random bullet spread. I would say turn random bullet spread off, but I like random bullet spread. I think people are just pussies. It's just a shotgun with more pellets. I know, it's perfect. It's literally perfect. Everything about it perfect. God, the whole point of this is to change everything, and I already don't want... Honestly, this is probably the only weapon I don't want to change anything. So maybe we keep one thing the same to make everything else in line. Like this will be the one comparison point, because it's the greatest TF2 weapon of all time. So everything will just be centered around it. Yeah, meat shots are the ultimate Kino. Yeah, I'm keeping it. More ammo. Yeah, okay, we'll do more. Plus ammo reserve. All right, I'm actually, I realize how bad of idea this is. We'll just use the text tool. Or is it? Text tool. Yeah, well, we can keep it red. Fuck it. Change nothing. Yeah, we need plus ammo reserve. That's how we'll change it. We'll get it clearly doesn't have enough ammo reserve. That's clearly the problem with this weapon. Now we'll move on to the, oh fuck, that stays. Oh, yeah, because, duh, it's on top. No, okay, we're going to have to... Never mind, we have to use the paint tool. It's the only way I can think of doing this so it at least stays attached to the layers. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you have... Yeah, 8 of 4, 30 separate text layers. Yeah, I figured that one out. So do plus ammo. Look at that. Look at how beautiful. Looking good already. Increase random crits. Yeah, that'd be funny. Crits are staying. Definitely crits are staying. The scat. Yeah. All right. Soda popper. Dude, is it wrong? I just want the old soda popper back. I like the new one. So if you... I mean, you literally just read the weapon to work out... See how it works, but I'll just explain it anyway. How the new one works is you build up hype by, I think it's doing damage or something. Yeah, doing damage. And then you get infinite jumps and hype meter goes down or whatever. What it used to do, which was way more Kino, is as you ran around, it built up a little meter. And once it was full, you got mini crits for like 10 seconds or something. And what was cool about that is you could like run up until you had like one tiny little meter, you know, like maybe like one more step till you got crits, and then you could just camp in a corner, and then as soon as someone walks by, you do that one last step and then insta-kill them. That was Kino. The new one's just, I mean, like, it's neat, but I definitely don't prefer it. Newcomb Oil Inc. Eastview, thanks for the $10. I've now donated to you 2 times more than Kobe. You are the better streamer. Thank you. Thank you. We all hate Kobe. He is the enemy. Yeah, I think I'm doing it. I'm saying fuck it. I'm just gonna write revert if we're doing why can't I write? I'll have to rasterize everything. All right, I just do a big revert on top. Yeah, mini crits are chemo. I like mini crits. We're just reverting. I don't care if it was OP. Maybe you decrease the damage a little bit. We'll do 10% damage penalty. 10%. Damage penalty. Penalty. I don't know. It might be broken, but I don't care. Broken things are more fun. Yeah, maybe I should explain my balance philosophy from the beginning, but fun is infinitely more important than balance. Infinitely more important. A unbalanced game that is fun will still have a competitive community. Not that that even really matters, especially with this game, but it will. But a balanced game that is lame, no one will ever care about. So yeah, fuck. Old one was more fun. New one's still it's still pretty good. Like, it's not terrible. I'm gonna put plus here because it's whatever the other stats were plus this. But there you go. This one's just getting reverted. Shortstop. God, they fucked this weapon. This one's just kind of nonsense now. I mean, easy, just get rid of this shit. Oh, wait. Could not use brush tool because the cart... Oh, wait. All right. Easy, just get rid of this. This is pointless. I don't even know why that's there. The alt fire, also get rid of that. It does literally nothing. Revert the soda papa to an egg, so it can bury itself underground for 3 years. There, its form will mature. Yeah, that's yeah. What do we do to this? Extended mag. Yeah, I think if we just change this to like, I think it's a fine weapon. Like, it's just supposed to be longer range. Like, it's more mid-range rather than close range scattergun. What if we just do this? What if we just make this 5? Instead of 4, it's 5. I feel like that's not that bad. Yeah, I just gave him more health. I missed that too. I think 5's fine. I think you just give it an extra clip, it's fine. Revert it. Yeah, what did it used to be? Here, let me look that up. Because I'm sure they ruined it, like everything else. Shortstop. Minus 50%. Yeah, let's look at this. Update history. Shortstop. Let's see. Fixed player. Blah 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 blah. Add 20% bonus healing while deployed. 80% vulnerability to push forces. Add in alt fire. Remove the healing bonus. Reduce pushback vulnerability. Okay, so it just used to have a healing bonus. That was the only difference. I don't know. That doesn't seem that interesting. Add more barrels. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad weapon. I don't. It's definitely objectively worse than the regular. I don't think it's bad. Actually, you know what? How about this? Since it's a pistol, let's just do plus reload speed, like increased reload speed. I don't know by how much, but some amount. Speed. Just give it increased reload speed, so it's more like a pistol. It had shorter reload. Yeah, okay. So there you go. All right, never mind. I guess I'll just write revert on it then. If it had shorter reload, because that's just what makes sense. It's a pistol. Give it shorter reload. Easy. Force of Nature. This is another Kino weapon. Yeah, this is another good one. That's already good. 50% faster firing speed, knockback on target and shooter, 20% bullet spread, 10%. Yeah, it's just you one-shot people. Good times all around. I mean, it's not very... Like, I get the problems with it in that you're kind of like pushing them out of your effective range. But I think that's fine. This gun was ruined? How'd they change this one? Dude, this is what I'm talking about. These fuckers changed everything. Which is what we're doing right now. Let's see. What did they change? I wonder if I could just look up TF2 weapon change history. Yeah, item timeline. No, that's not helpful. Remove the 10% damage penalty? No, wouldn't that do insane damage? Oh, are you guys talking about like when it first launched? Because I can't remember them changing it anytime recently, at least. Let's see. I'll look up the Force of Nature. Okay, give it... I think it does enough damage. It's not like it doesn't do very much damage. Yes, those are the frog emotes. I think I'm going to zoom some of them in because you can't see them very well, but... Okay, so first they increase the damage by 10%. That's good. Okay, then they immediately reverted that. They removed... Okay, they basically just fixed it a bunch. Increase the clip size penalty. I feel like that's probably unnecessary. Oh, wait, that didn't actually do anything. They just changed it. Yeah, they really didn't change this weapon at all. All they did was decrease its damage one time. Interesting. Needs more damage. I feel like it does enough damage. I think it'd be funny, though. I think we do this. We move... You know, the shortstop had increased knockback? I think we give this increased knockback. Or to yourself. How'd they word it on the shortstop? Great. I have to get my eraser out. Eraser tool. Why is it tiny? Newcomb Oil Inc. East View. Thanks for the $5. Here, more of my money, because I haven't seen you stream Breakers. Never. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I'm erasing the whole thing? Oh, I see the problem with what I've done now. Okay, I don't know how they worded it. Oh, pushback force. That's how they named it. Okay. Increased pushback. I still think that's kind of obscure, so I'll do it up here. Plus self or increased pushback. force on self. Dude, this is gonna be illegible. Illegible. But the point is, now you can, now your double jump with the force of nature will launch you into the fucking sky. And I think that's funny and would be cool. And, I mean, you'll also get launched by everything else. So, I think that's balanced enough. I just think it'd be more fun. Because the weapon itself is pretty good already, I think. Alright, Babyface Blaster. This one's easy. This one's no problem. We just hit him with a big ol' one of these. This weapon was perfectly fine. Being able to run super fast was cool. Everyone else is just a pussy. There we go. Easy. Backscatter. I love this weapon, but they really fucked this one up. It just doesn't do enough. I think crits would be way too strong, though. Crits would be crazy. Revert to an egg, where my form matures. Add extended mag. I feel like that's it. Is the 20% last... I feel like these are like part of its identity. But it definitely needs a buff of some kind. Yeah, I think back shots should give you increased firing speed. I think I'm going to go with that. Mini crits give you increased firing speed. That way, like you should be killing people from the back. More mag, less damage. Get rid of the clip. Yeah, but I feel like then it's just you do normal damage if you hit them from the back. The less accuracy, yeah, is completely unnecessary. I feel like that shouldn't even be there. Back shots. Because I like this weapon. I like the idea of it, because Scout's better at getting behind. But if it does crits, that's way too strong, so it has to be mini crits. I think mini crits give you increased firing speed. That way, you could combine this with, like, the Criticola, have some fun. And it kind of combos with the... Like, it would never be too strong, because you already have the smaller clip. Give... increased. Dude, this is a fucked way of doing this, by the way. Like, dude, like, look at that. What is this? Tell me what this word is. Increased firing speed. I'm telling you, dude. Everyone shits on whatever the fuck his name is, Pirate Software, but I think he's a genius for being able to use paint like he does. All right, secondaries. Okay, secondaries is, I'm gonna be a little bit controversial. I don't think I ever put... Here, I'm gonna have to put, the pistol. I don't think I ever put the pistol in here. Let's see, images. All right, pistol. Because here's what I'm going to do with the pistol. The best part about use the text tool, I can't. If I use the text tool, it'll make a new layer every single time, which will be pure suffering. So what I want to do with the pistol is we're just going to make it not on Scout anymore. I think meat shots are the greatest thing ever. And pistols ruin the Scout duel every time. Because it's basically just get one meat shot and then just everyone starts spamming pistols. And it doesn't matter how good you are at hitting the shotgun shots. Because you really only need to hit one. And then it's a pistol duel after that. It's like infinitely lamer than every other secondary. So I'm just removing the pistol from Scout. So Winger, gone, dead. You're killing it, dead, or just gone. Don't compliment him. No, what do you not understand? It's literally, using paint on stream, literally impossible. Hardest thing anyway. He's a super genius for being able to do that. Shotgun I'll talk about later. But I need to get the fuck out of here. Be gone, shotgun. Okay. Pretty Boy's pocket pistol. This one's dead too. Photoshop has a Piers Taylor, thanks for the $2. Photoshop has a type text button. It's T. I know it does, but it makes a new layer. Look, if I hit T. Wait, T. See, it creates a layer. And I'll just have like 300 layers. How am I? I'm alive. Yeah, so we're killing this one. Let's see, is there another pistol? No, that's all of them. Yeah, okay, no more pistols. The default is going to be Mad Milk, because Mad Milk is based. Or no, Criticola would be the new default. Alright, on to the Mad Milk. Oh, god damn it, now I have the text tool just up. Pen tool. TF2 is what pushed you into art? That's good. It's over for layer max. I don't want it. This Photoshop document's already 10,000 layers. I don't think I can do anymore. Oh, it's hidden. All right, Mad Milk. Is this peak Devin of Wootism? Yes. Yes, it is. Mad Milk. Mad Milk's definitely too strong at the moment. And it's not particularly interesting either. It's like more fun. Go and turn on OBS Studio right now and figure out how to capture Microsoft Paint with it. No, you can't do it. It's impossible. It's too hard. Yeah, I don't know. The Mad Milk is just not that interesting, and it's very strong, which is a bad combination. Make it drinkable. That'd be based. That would be based. But I don't think Scout drinking cum is something I need in the game. It's too strong. It's definitely too strong. If you can hit, like, in a 1v1, actually, even in a 1v1, it's really annoying. But you making TF2 community content? Right now, we're just rebalancing. I mean, like, if I plan on making a video on it just for fun. And I guess if it did well, I wouldn't mind programming it all. I can't imagine it's that hard. Make it usable on teammates for a healing buff. I think it's strong enough already. I think it needs to be a little weaker. Dude, actually, I have a great idea. How about it only heals you? Because I don't think... Scout's not supposed to be a support. So, I think make the damage only heals you. And that includes other people. So, like, if you milk a heavy and a pyro starts hitting the heavy, it heals you. So rather than the person doing the damage always heals you. I think I'm going to go with that. Because Scout's... He's not supposed to be a support. He's already strong enough as a pick. Heals you. Heals. You. I'll just make a big U for you. I think I'm okay with that. Shadow Tamer, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. If you didn't get a membership, it means you suck. I'm sorry. Remove damage and turn it into a speed buff. Oh, I actually like that. Okay, I actually like that a lot. That's a good call. I'm actually down for that. I'm down for that. It shouldn't heal. Instead of a heal, give speed buff. Damage is speed buff. Giving more speed is always broken, but it's always fun. It's always fun. It's never not fun. And it fits Scout better. They would love to milk heavy, it's true. All right, I like that. I like that idea. Flying guillotine's easy. All we have to do is bring back the, first of all, it should random crit. That's hilarious. Put random crits on everything. And, crit. We're bringing back the crits baseball, people. Crits baseball. Because we'll talk about the Sandman later. But we need to bring back the crits on people hit by the Sandman. That was by far the most interesting part of the weapon. It was so fun to get that combo off. Yeah, being stun's annoying, but the stun was the problem, not the guillotine critting you. I should probably just call this Sandman combo. I'll do it up here so we have more space. Sandman combo. Yeah, we got to bring the Sandman combo back. Critical. I think we bring it back. Fuck this. Just get rid of this. Fuck you. I don't care if it's strong. It was fun. There we go. We're bringing back the normal. Is it too much? Am I going a little too crazy? I think we just bring it back. I think it was fine the way it was. Maybe, I mean, he's still a scout. He blows up in a second. I think we keep it the same. Yeah, make it give bleed. Yeah, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy literally just making it normal. What's my GPU? Yeah, I have a good GPU. It's, whatever the new one is. More jump height. I'm happy with more jump height. Bonk Atomic is another easy one. We're just getting rid of this. Don't. That shit was so cancer. Is it really that bad? Was it that bad? It was strong. It was strong. I don't know. I like it, though. 50, 90? Maybe. Crits are fun. They just are. Remove knockback and slowdown. Yeah, this one, get rid of the slowdown. It was fine. It was always fine the way it was. I think I'm keeping it. I think we're keeping the Criticola. It's just the Criticola. It's fine. It's fine. It's not too bad. It's fine. Okay, now we doing this. Sandman. The thing they literally ruined for no reason. Why is it not letting me click? Okay, there we go. All right, first thing, get rid of this fucking damage penalty. It's just not necessary. I think we give it a damage penalty. Because the point of using this is the ball. Penalty. And the thing is, do we want to... Yeah, I know the slowing literally doesn't work in this game, which is great. I have a 40-90. That's what I have? Okay. Do I want to make it still slow? Because like I said, I'm happy with this weapon being the only purpose is to crit people with the flying guillotine. Like, I'm okay with that. But should it add the stun? Look, the stun was really fun, but I understand why people wanted to get rid of it. It was definitely a little overboard. Yeah, no, I don't think we can do the stun. Stun's too much. Yeah, you haven't played TF2 forever and they changed every weapon? Yeah, they ruined every weapon. Literally every fun, they stripped the fun from the game. They literally went through and stripped the fun from everything. Only stuns on headshot. That's pretty nice. I still think people would be mad about it, though. People lose their shit. Who cares? Actually, I'm done. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Stuns on headshot. We get rid of the slow. Stuns on headshot. Stuns. And not on headshot, it just does whatever damage it does. On. Yeah, stuns suck. They do suck, but they're also... All right, I need more room. I won't disagree, but they're always fun to do. I'm down. Stuns on headshot. Plus minimum distance. Plus min distance. Like, you have to be a certain amount away to actually get the stun. Because we still want it to be a skill shot of some kind. Not you, like, literally just run behind someone and hit them in the head. Yeah, the game runs like shit now. Yeah, it's no good. Is Valve good anymore? No. No, it does not. No, it does not. All right, Rap Assassin. The thing is, now the Rap Assassin is like the way shittier Sandman is basically all what we've done. Which it kind of always used to be that too. Thing is, just giving random bleed. What if we make it crit? Yeah, let's just we'll bring headshot crit. We'll just bring that over. I think everything else is fine. I think skill shots of any kind are fun. So we'll make headshots crit. How does a 20-year-old game run like shit? Because Valve hates TF2 and they like ruining it. It brings them great joy to ruin the things that I love. All right, sun on a stick. This weapon's literally useless. Yeah, it's redundant with the flying guillotine, but you can have it with the flying guillotine. So you can just have even more long-range bleed from Scout. Isn't that great? Maybe we can come back to it. But at the moment, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the fire resistance, just get rid of this. This is completely unnecessary. 100% crit rate versus burning players. Yeah, how about... Like, I like teamwork items. I like the idea, but a scout is just... There's no reason to ever get close to people. And I know you have to have the damage penalty because then it would just be better than stock in every way. But the bat is so bad already. Like, it's the worst melee by a mile. I mean, the easy thing is just make it burn. But at this rate, the scout can make people bleed. He can make people burn. Like, it's just... Yeah, this really does feel like a delete it weapon. Give it a fire. I know, everyone... Yeah, do we just make it the second rap assassin and it shoots a fireball? That's just the baseball? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you could just make it set an enemy on fire, but... like, what do you get out of that? What if it makes you set you on fire? Alright, we keep the 100% crit rate versus burning players. And we'll do, it sets you on fire. Sets you and enemy on fire. There you go. So you're gonna run around on fire, critting everyone. Because when you hit them, it sets them on fire, and then your next hit will always crit, but you're also on fire. So you have 125 health, so you'll be dying. Sets you on fire if you miss. The thing is, just don't miss, and then you'll never be on fire, and you'll just be critting everyone all the time. Then again, god damn it. OBS died. Why? Are we back? F? No F? Saved. We may or may not be lost. Unusable weapon becomes even worse. It being better or worse is not the point. The point is is it more or less interesting? You will die. This is people saying it was like the Caber, a Caber version is what made me think of this. You will die. This is 100% a suicide weapon, but you also will kill them because you'll crit them with every hit and they're on fire. I think it's worth it. You like the new profile picture? And so do I. I like the profile pic. Yeah, I think I'm sticking with this. This might be actually retarded. Like right now, it's completely unusable. But at least you have a reason to use it in that it's stupid. That's always fun. That's like half the fun of TF2 is doing something that's intentionally stupid. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Moving on. Mackerel. The fish is a fish. Yeah, I don't know. You know what's funny? Now that I'm thinking, the mackerel is basically the same thing, but doesn't kill you. But not quite as effective. I know, the fish is just another kind of pointless weapon. Scout has way too many melees. And they're all kind of pointless. Yeah, it's perfect in its own shit way. 100% crits. Yeah, just make crit every single time. Yeah, why not, I think we just make it like the hot hand. I'm gonna give it the hot hand effect so that it speeds you up a little bit. I know you don't need it, but at least it gives you kind of a reason to use it. I'll just call it the hot hand effect. I don't know. It's just a silly weapon. It's not supposed to do anything. So might as well make it a little sillier by making you run super fast as a scout. And if it somehow becomes strong because you're getting a speed boost, just make the damage penalty, make it do like basically no damage. Fan of War. Fan O War. This is another weapon that's like basically pointless because you could just shoot them. But God, why the scout as honestly, I'd be down for just deleting half of his weapons, just getting him out of the game. He has too many that all are they're kind of point. Like I get you can have fun, it's a bit you hit people, but you'd be better off shooting someone literally every single time. Easy pushback. Yeah, give it a knockback. Yeah, dude, actually, is this sick? Am I being a fucking sicko? What if this air blasts? It's a fan. It hits air. What if you air blast? Is that psycho? Is that a little crazy? I think Scout's air blasting might be really stupid. That might be way too stupid. Yeah, maybe just pushback. Yeah, I think I agree. Just give it some knockback. Because it is a fan. I think giving Scout Air Blast would be way too strong, even if it had a massive cooldown. Alright, Candy Cane. Is Overwatch fun now? No, not really. I was just kind of having fun because I hadn't played it in forever. Candy Cane. Explosive damage, vulnerability on wear, small health pack is dropped. Yeah, this is just bad. You can't do this. This you literally can't do. The Scout is unplayable after that. But now you have to deal with this. Yeah, I mean, God, the Scout just has so many lame... No, we're like nowhere near. We're just on the Scout right now. We're nowhere near the Ubersaw. Change the music. Here, I can enter battle for you. Let's enter battle. Fuck. There we go. Now we're in battle. I'll turn it down a little bit. Yeah, dude, Scout has so many useless melees. Hit friends to give them speed. That's probably way too strong. Especially, that already exists as the other thing. Yeah, do we make Scout a healer? Heals friends on hit. Thing is, I don't know. I don't know if we want to... Scout's already doing so much, and his melees are already so useless, so I feel like everyone would just use this. Yeah, we're changing all the weapons. Every single one. It speaks to me. Yeah. Yeah, Scout, Scout healing's a bit too much. I mean, I like the idea. Maybe this just needs a not, you know, a better drawback. Because being killed by everything is fucking brutal. Yeah, this does feel like another one. Like, just kill it. I do like the idea of getting health on hit. I don't know. You know what? Just give it 100% damage penalty. So you can never use the melee. Fuck it. Honestly, this is probably still too strong with 100% damage penalty. And if that fails, just delete it. Boston Batcher. On miss, you hit yourself. On hit, bleed. Am I a psycho to think bleed is... It's kind of lame. What is with Scout and bleed damage? Yeah, I don't know. This weapon's fine in that it's completely uninteresting and is only used by comp losers to build Uber. Yeah, anyone who... The only fun thing to ever do with Scout's melee was the Sandman. Yeah, this is literally just for medics. You never use it to actually hit people. And the only reason they use it anyway is because Scout has no other utility in his melee. So it's fine in that it's completely uninteresting. No one would use it if I made it so it couldn't build Uber. But that's what I would want to do, just to piss people off. Piss people off. On hit, miss yourself. Yeah, what if it just kills you? Yeah, well, in my heart, there aren't so many people pedestaling Devin in order to complain about Kobe, but unfortunately he said Imbecile is an infinity stupid. Oh, you're talking about people being mean to Kobe, but nice to me? Yeah, stop being mean to Kobe. He's a nice guy. Yeah, remove it. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you. I feel like no one cares about it. Or deleting this. Delete. No, only comp people actually care about this. We delete it. It's gone. I feel like literally just to piss people off. This humble frog squire just ran over to a... What should I do, your lordship? Kill him. Kill him. What if you lost 50% of your health on miss? Then it would be even better for comp people. So this is what I want to do with every default melee. So how the... What's it? What's the mini sentry called? I don't know. You know what I mean. The mini sentry hitty thing is 3 hits with the... God, what is it called? I don't remember. Point is, 3rd hit crits. Every melee. Every single melee 3rd hit crits. And this is by far the biggest buff for Scout, who also has the worst melee. So, literally, for every default, and only the defaults, this is only the default weapons, Gunslinger, that's what it's called. All of them have 3rd hit crits. 3rd hit crits. They all have that effect. I've always had the philosophy. This is what I hated about playing Overwatch compared to TF2 is everyone is using a gun, right? If you get into melee range, you deserve to die because everyone's using a gun. So the melee should do an insane amount of damage. You have no reason to get close. And even a scout running at you, you should kill him before he ever gets to you. You know, like if he's hitting you 2 times with the bat and hits you with a 3rd time, he deserves the crit. So I think every 3rd hit crits. I want to do that for like literally every default melee. Maybe I should have talked about that first because I think it balanced everything else with that in mind. Oh well. Point is now you know. Yeah, toads are the enemy. Pooply dooply, you're gay. How's that make you feel, huh? Yeah, so I think Demo Man is probably the only thing this would be a problem for. Because, like, or maybe Medic. Medic and Demo are probably the only things this is a problem. And even then, not really Medic, because you shouldn't be getting hit a 3rd time by a Medic. Spy, obviously, that doesn't apply to. That would be the... Spy would be the one exception. Spy and Demo. I think I would literally just put... Actually, you'll... Demo Knight, We'll get to that. Trust me, it won't affect Demo Knight. Because Demo Knight's going to be gutted in a different way. But there you go. That's all of Scout. And then we'll stop here for now that it's been nearly an hour just doing Scout. So I'm realizing doing every class would take literally forever. So I think for the rest of stream, I'm going to do a poll. We can either do... We can do one of 3 things. YouTube crashed. Great. I'll do a poll as soon as YouTube stops crashing. Nope. Still crashed. God damn. I don't know what to do about that. YouTube.com refused to connect. Damn it. I want to do a poll. I want to poll Max. One more try. Nope. Can I open my own stream is the question, and then maybe it'll let me do a poll that way. Yeah, it's the YouTube chat that's crashed. So I can't... Alright, I'll figure this out in a second. Every time, technology is evil. Use my Mossad contact. Yeah, that's good. Go me! There's my Mossad guy. Help! Yeah. Look, I want to do a poll, but this crashed. The YouTube chat.
I tried refreshing the page.
I already did.
It's probably caused by the chat overlay, I assume, right?
No, I've had this up the whole time.
Well, I'm a mod in your chat, right?
Yeah, you could make a poll. Can I just open my own video? There we go. Okay. All right, we're poll maxing. All right. What to do? All right, there we go. This is whatever we'll do for the rest of the stream. And then once that's over, I'll end this stream. And we'll do it for whatever amount of time.
You need to start putting some single-player games.
No.
I played Ruffy in the Riverside yesterday.
I didn't like that game.
Yeah, neither did I, dude.
Yep.
Neither did I.
Yep.
I assume for the same reason, that it was like puzzle slot instead of an actual platformer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Koei woke up for this. He's been awake. Get synth. Yeah, Koei, you ever gonna play Atlas with me?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. It got an update recently. That's why I put it on there.
Yeah.
Can you ask the 3 chin guy to leave the room? He left. He's gone. Not Smite 2. Damn, people hate Smite 2. That really is the breakers. Never. All right, since it's TF2 and React, I'll just put it between those two. It's Ogre. It's Ogre for Smite 2, bros. Play Smite 2 with Kobe right now? He wouldn't. He wouldn't. Yeah, okay, React is definitely winning. So think about what you want to watch, chat. I think I have a guess. I mean, I definitely know what we should do. Oh, that's my... Damn it. Alright, whatever. Is this still open? Oh, it is. I definitely know what we should do first. Since we already made a video on it. Hello. Hello, hello. Your stream is so behind. Is it really? Damn. I don't know why. It shouldn't be. Actually, yeah, I can literally see it. Holy shit, is that behind? Ever thought about playing fighting games? I don't really like them. Like, I mean, like, it depends on what you consider a fighting game. If you consider Smash a fighting game, then I do like fighting games. But if you don't, then I don't like fighting games. But if you're Kobe said you didn't ask him to play. No, you don't get it. You look, I know my brother. I know. Here's what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to harass him for like a full week in advance, and then he'll eventually do it. Yeah, I thought, yeah, that's, I already know we're going to watch a Pirate Software video first, at least. React to your own video. I don't think so. Yeah, all right. Let me bring up the guy we all love, Pirate Software. He's my hero. The problem is I don't think he uploads anymore. Oh, he made a Nintendo video. I'm down for this one. All right. Get, oh, I should end that poll. 1 second. End poll. Could you react to Death Battle Simon versus Cal? Probably not. 1v1 me and Smash Bro. I main Sonic or Toon Link or something else gay. Oh, the developer guy made another video? Oh, maybe I should watch that one. Do I like Dead Rising? I do. Not, actually. I don't like games with timers. There's something about timers that upsets me. It has nothing to do with the quality of the game. It's literally just, I don't like timers. Chrome. Window. Nope, that didn't do it. I don't get it, man. What about this one? Chrome. There we go. Look, there's my best friend. I'll probably close this now. You're extremely behind. It's like 30 seconds. That's brutal. Do I like animations? Probably. All right, I'm ready.
Patenting game mechanics pisses me.
Right.
I am so sick of giga corporations patenting game mechanics.
Go at 2 times speeds. Okay. Oh, he's just talking about the game patent shit. The problem with that is I agree with him. Who's the coding guy who made a Pirate Software code review? Exposed by real software dev. He's a fraud. You said this guy made another video?
Listen, dude.
Sup, Devin in chat. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah, I need to change the theme title. Oh, you lied. He didn't make a fucking new video. It's fine. We'll watch the original. I never actually watched this. I just skimmed through it for my video. Oh, yeah, I need to change the stream title. Should probably hide this. We're hidden. Nope. Now we're hidden. Didn't want to give you my stream key. Then you could stream as me. Pirate Software Drama Farming. Here, let me do this. He did what? Okay. All right, there you go. How do you like that title? Oh yeah, and I can change the thumbnail to my other video's thumbnail. Where is it? There we go. Do you? Speaking of which, that's a great thumbnail, right? I like that thumbnail a lot. Too late, Artie. I have your bank information. That's good. I trust you with it. Wait, did I unhide that at some point? Great. Oh, well. Now you have all my information. Can you add emojis to the title? I don't think so.
Thing would be
all right, I think we're ready.
Better than this.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Maybe I should do one more poll. Oh, it's this video. Oh, I see. It just randomly figured out how to work. I'll do one more poll. You know, we'll just do it at double speed till enough people complain. How about that? Maybe not 360p. We'll do 720.
Because literally anything would be better than this. What is up, guys? Going Jesus here.
Yep.
Today we will be doing a code review of a popular YouTuber and streamer by the name of Thor, or Pirate Software. Now, why should you care and who the hell is Thor? Well, Thor has been the talk of the town as of recently, as he's been an extremely large streamer that has come out against a pro-consumer movement in the gaming space called Stop Killing Games. Stop Killing Games is an initiative launched by a man named Ross Scott, who is an advocate for consumers in the video game space. The purpose of Stop Killing Games is to prevent publishers from revoking access of games from people who have paid to play those games. There are plenty of examples out there of publishers that
my first name is Jew.
Play, but once they pull the plug from their servers, consumers now stop having access to those games. The Stop Killing Games movement is looking to advocate on behalf of consumers in order to mandate that game publishers and game developers have some sort of end-of-life plan for games such that they can continue to be played after the developer would like to stop supporting them. To me, that makes total sense.
Can you share a link?
Right
I don't see why not.
To be sold a game as a good, but for it to effectively be...
It's not this video? 2 times speed or Pirate Software's fake bass boosted voice with this girly bass? All right, fine. We can do 1.5. How's that sound?
Service with an unknown expiration date that the company can not support at any time. Okay, now why am I picking on Thor here in particular? Well,
I can't believe you guys can't handle 2 times speed.
He lied about his experience.
That's
at the very minimum, played it
that's
off.
Brutal.
That
Need
really
to speed up that
he's
brain.
Also misrepresented the initiative and has doubled and tripled
Slop
down in the
News Network released a vid criticizing the code that may be what it's referenced, not this dude.
There's no way around.
Okay, they might be referencing this video though. I have a feeling he's not called Slop News Network. If I can just do Pirate Software code. No, I think it is this guy. Or there's this dude. Oh, okay. Slop News Network. Okay, I see what you're saying. He's literally called Slop News Network. I didn't realize that. All right, well, we might as well start with part 1. It says I watched this.
So I'm sure many of you have heard of Jason Thorhall, better known online as...
All right, maybe this will be better. because this guy's
Pirate Software
obese.
due to all the surrounding drama related to Stop Killing Games. This video isn't about the Stop Killing Games drama. I do support the Stop Killing Games initiative, and anyone in the EU currently watching this should go and sign up to care about game preservation. This video is going to be a review of Jason's job history, game dev industry claims, coding ability, and his heartbound and champion of breakfast DRM solutions by me, a developer. I won't be touching on his hacking skills much in this video, since from what I found, all of his DEF CON wins were team efforts, and all of his stories related to hacking are just that, stories. Outside of his word, I generally can't find anything related to it. There isn't
everything
anything
I looked
concrete or
up related to
substance in
him
these stories for me
being
to
a
actually analyze and
hacker
review.
or
If
whatever
anyone
is
knows where he
literally
actually has
just
hacking
fake.
write-ups or
Like, he
knows
just
bots
made
where he
it
actually
up.
does something related to hacking, let me know, and I can do a separate
He
video
basically
going through
just
and reviewing
sent
it. Okay, with
emails
that out of
being
the way,
like,
let's
hey,
start
can I
with
have your
Jason's LinkedIn job
password,
history.
please?
So if we look at his LinkedIn, we can see his first recorded job experience is from 2002 to 2009, where he was a freelance security
Subtitles?
researcher and developer. In
Okay. They're auto-generated, though.
2002, Jason would have been 15, and from what I found, he
Please,
hasn't taken
Devin,
any program class,
1.5? It is 1.5.
so anything he knows at this point is largely self-taught. Another important thing is Jason actually had a job in 2004 that isn't listed here as a quality assurance intern at Blizzard.
I went to Blizzard in 2004, and like this is kind of my whole career, right? My first job I got through nepotism, 100%. My dad worked at Blizzard for 23 years.
Yes.
He worked at Blizzard for 23 years, so I got a job there in 2004. I was shit. I was shit at this, and I realized I was shit.
Yeah, I
Also,
explained
think
this
it's
in the
important that we talk
video.
about his dad
Oh,
for a
yeah,
second.
okay,
Jason
this
says
guy.
his dad
Yeah,
just
yeah,
worked at
okay,
Blizzard,
so I
but
probably
that's
got
grossly
this from
understated
this
his dad's
video.
role and history at Blizzard. Jason's dad is Joey Ray Hall,
Please
and from a Reddit
pause
AMA,
when
his
you
dad helped. We
speak.
can see the following. Joey Ray
Okay, hello. Is it louder than me? Is that why?
joined Silicon and
turn it down
Synapses
a
in
little bit,
1991.
and then you
Now,
just
might
turn
ask,
the
well,
whole
what's
thing
Silicon
up.
and Synapses, and what does this have to do with Blizzard in his post? Well, in 1991, Blizzard didn't exist yet. Silicon and Synapses was the original company name, and 1991 was the year it was founded. Joey Ray joined Blizzard before it was Blizzard, and when he joined, there were less than 10 people in total at the company. He wasn't some random Blizzard employee. He was one of the earliest hires at the company. Over his 23 years, he did all sorts of work, and was the
Yeah, look at this guy.
one that founded the cinematic team, led the machinima
He's
team,
got
the
my
video
hair.
team, the video and post-production team, and the esports live broadcast team, plus being responsible for all the video content.
It
for
is
every
funny,
BlizzCon
by the
between
way,
2005
even
and
all of
2014.
that
Plus,
stuff,
he led
his
the team
dad
that
had
made the
nothing
famous
to
South
do
Park
with
World
game
of Warcraft
development.
episode, and the inspiration for the He Who Has No Life character. Joey Ray was the director of cinematics at Blizzard. He wasn't some low-level employee that worked at the company. He was pretty high up in the chain. Anyways, back to Jason.
The next 5 years, I left Blizzard. I did not reapply, and I went and worked on my own. I did freelance. I did freelance for everything. So I actually went into Second Life, which is a 3D worlds game, if you've never played it
Weird
before. They have a
Al.
language in it called Linden Scripting Language, and I made games in there. I learned how to do 3D modeling. I learned how to do texture work. I learned how to do scripting. I learned how to engage with people that were playing my games. I learned how to do network model stuff. I learned how to do server-related stuff. I did this for 5 whole years.
So Jason's Second Life period of time is a
Yeah, dude, this is the funniest shit ever. Okay, so he just explained in 5 years he learned literally everything. That's basically what he's saying. Like this mysterious 5 years where he learned everything about games. And what makes it so funny is what he was
huge
actually
rabbit hole,
doing.
and there's like 5 or 6 different controversies surrounding his time in Second Life. This video isn't about his controversies and allegations, so I'm going to skip over most
Aw,
of it.
man.
The only small parts we
That's
care
what I
about
would
are
wanna
related to
know,
coding.
though.
During his Second Life playing time, he played a character known as Muldavis
There you
Figtree
go.
and started a company called Dark
There
Sphere
you
Creation.
go.
He claims he did game program with the Linden scripting language, the programming language of Second Life, and made
This
some
is
small
where he
games with some
learned about
user-generated content
server
for Second Life.
software.
While digging into this, I didn't find any
That's actually, we need to go back to this. Okay, wait.
5 whole years.
So Jason's
No,
second
no. This is the important thing.
My games. I learned how to do network model stuff. I learned how to do server-related stuff. I did
Network model stuff, server model stuff, right? That's what he just said. This is why he thinks he understands Stop Killing Games. He thinks he understands server software. He knows how these multiplayer games are run. And what he was actually doing is making porn avatars, furry porn avatars in Second Life. This is where he learned about server coding, server software, networking. He learned all that making porn avatars for Second Life. Furry porn avatar. Yeah, it's like, this a real fucking expert we have on our hands.
the business was making somewhere around $10,000 a month, primarily due to selling these avatars. There's some other controversy where it alludes to Jason trying to do dev work on Linden Labs projects and other game worlds, but I can't find any solid proof, just random posts and accusations. So in summary, there doesn't seem to be any proof he did any
Server
kind of
coding
game
in
development
SL
or
is at
acting during
most
this time.
reaching
Let's get
back to a
Jason.
Then I came back
PHP
to Blizzard
server
in
or
2009,
something.
and I applied. Not
Dude,
having
I
a
think
job.
what he
Anyway,
was
I got the
doing was
job.
he was,
Okay, the timing here
he was
starts matching
making
up with
sure
his
the
LinkedIn.
furry cock was thick enough. Like, that was his job. They're like, all right, Pirate Software, see if you can fit this in your asshole. This is a 3D model. You know, we 3D printed
After his little
this
detour
furry
with Dark
cock.
Sphere
Make
Creations and
sure
working for
it
himself,
fits.
Jason
If
now
it
has an
doesn't
actual
fit, it's
full-time
too
job
big.
at Blizzard in 2009. This is his first official full-time job at Blizzard, and he is once again a quality assurance analyst. Jason claims he got into the company on his own merits this time, but I find that a bit hard to believe at face value. In 2004, he
Well,
said
yeah, this is complete bullshit, by the way. So, I got a nepotism job, and then I basically jerked off for 5 years. Probably didn't make enough money, so I ran back to daddy. And that's not nepotism, though. The second time I got a job totally isn't.
terrible at his QA role, and that's why he quit. I searched to see if he
This is a QA role, by the way. Like, this isn't like... You don't have to know programming. You don't... Like, all the experience he says he has isn't even necessary for a QA role. Like... So him being like, no, I got all these skills, and then I got hired legitimately is complete bullshit.
IT related in high school or in college or during the time gap. And I found this from his subreddits. Jason did spend some time in college studying to be an entomologist with a specialization in ants. He dropped out of college without ever finishing his studies, and it doesn't seem like he ever took any IT related courses during this time here. During that 5-year gap between 2004 and 2009, the only experience he said in the clip from earlier was his Second Life programming, and well, that wasn't exactly.
Yeah. So him, literally him modeling him modeling furry cock, which is the only confirmed thing we know about, is somehow him getting more experience that got him hired at Blizzard. Maybe true. This might be true. Maybe being a gay furry is enough to get you hired at Blizzard. Might be true.
Quality assurance or hacking or game development work. Plus, while applying in 2009, on his resume, he would probably have had, or Blizzard itself would have had a record he worked there previously as a QA. So that would make applying a second time for a similar position easier. His dad, once again, was a pretty high person in the company, and some people might remember Jason being Joey Ray's son from before. It's not impossible he got in on his own merits. It's just a bit hard to believe considering he doesn't have experience with any real program languages at this point, and he doesn't have any degrees or certificates.
This is being like,
okay, back to his...
hey man, by my own merits, I got hired as a janitor at the school my mom teaches at. It's like, dude, even if that was true, it's not an accomplishment. And also, there's no fucking way it's not, all right.
LinkedIn and his job. So he held the role for 3 years and 2 months, and once again, this was his quality assurance role. One thing Jason often does is he claims all QA are developers. First, as someone that has worked QA myself, this isn't true. I'm not saying QA aren't important, but the majority of QA generally are non-technical, and only a small portion are.
Yes.
And most of the places I worked at, QA generally has no coding ability and are tasked with doing manual regression testing. Basically, they get a series of test cases they need to go through, and each test case has a written out set of instructions they just follow. If something doesn't match the case steps, then a bug is filed, and actual developers are tasked with addressing it. So I personally wouldn't call his 3 years at this position game development experience. And if we look at the bullet points he has on his LinkedIn, besides one line, namely the design and create an automated system, there's nothing here that even remotely implies he was coding or doing any kind of development. I'm making this point since Jason often claims he was a game developer at Blizzard for 7 years, but his first 3.5 years...
Yeah, this is my favorite part, is he's like I said in the video, if you look at his code, it is very clear that he's never done it before, which, again, would be absurd when he says he's been a game dev at Blizzard for however long, but is more absurd when he's been working on a game for 8 years and learned nothing. He literally didn't learn at all. He is no better at coding than he was at the very beginning. Like, he codes like someone who learned it yesterday.
Did include any developer roles. Also, to address his if QA didn't do their jobs, games wouldn't be released argument, most games have music. If a musician doesn't complete the OST, a game can't be released. Does that mean they're now developers too? Just because you say something confidently in a deep voice doesn't make it true. Moving on to his next role, we have quality assurance hacks. Here he mentions he did some forensic analysis and detected threats. Also, something I'd like to note, all of his game product listed here were coded using primarily the C++ programming language. This is a low-level programming language. This will be important a bit later in the video. As for the role, again, I wouldn't call this game development experience. This is more related to security work than game development itself. And from the bullet points, it doesn't seem like Jason was doing much coding. His next role for 6 months was test engineer. My opinions are pretty much the same as the previous role he held. Moving on, we have the next role as security engineer for 11 months. This one is interesting. Since the bullet points here,
thanks for the $5.
For those that don't know what
Kitty
web
calling
applications
themselves
are, it means he was
Uber
working on
hack
websites and not games. There's no mention of programming.
Dude, okay, that is giving him way too much credit. He's not even a script kiddie. It's not like he's using other people's code or doing whatever. He literally worked as a fucking QA. He didn't do anything. And then when he worked as a hacker, he was sending phishing emails. So he wasn't even using other people's scripts. And like, if he was a script kiddie, that would be better. He would actually be a better developer. Yandere Dev is a better developer? Yeah, it's not even close. Like, Yandere Dev's not good. I'm not saying he's good, but he's way better than Pirate Software is. It's like literally not close.
Or what tools and languages he used. But regardless, this is without a doubt a non-game development role and doesn't have any overlap with game development. Okay, next up, he moves to another security engineer role for 3 months. Again, same opinions as his last job. Now, his last role at Blizzard was a red team member. Red team is a common IT term that just means someone inside the company that attempts to hack into their systems, either digital or physical. So Red Hats basically try to make hacks and show how they got access. So these vulnerabilities and issues can be addressed before real hackers can abuse them. Now, while Red Hat is offensive security and hacking, it doesn't always mean you're programming like you see with those green terminals and pics. If we look at the bullet points Jason has listed, we can see he did exploiting physical access controls and social engineering operations. Social engineering is actually one of the most common ways hackers gain access to systems, and it doesn't have to involve any programming at all. Social
nothing to do with hacking, or nothing to do with coding of any kind or computer or anything. It's literally just being like, hey man, can I have your password? And they're like, yeah, sure. And it's like, penetrate, successfully penetrated. I'm a hacker.
Now Jason has a way to log into the system he shouldn't have access to. This is a social engineering attack. It's not
yes, I can go.
It's generally just being convincing enough and getting employees to hand over info or
we can do a code
giving
stream
out.
at some
With all of
point.
that, and with all those jobs, we have 6 years and 6 months at Blizzard full time for Jason. And if we include his time as a QA intern in 2004, we basically have his 7 years of experience at Blizzard accounted for. Judging by everything as written here, it seems as though he's never held an actual game developer position and he's never done any game development directly. All of his roles at Blizzard were either QA, website security, or social engineering, basically his hacking. It doesn't seem like he's ever touched C++, which is the industry standard language to use when doing game development. But before I finish my thoughts on this,
that's what I use, chat. I'm more of a look. If he gets to be called a game dev, I get to be called a game dev. I've also never completed a game, and at least I can do it in C++.
job after Blizzard. After Blizzard, Jason worked at Amazon Games for 8 months as an automation engineer. Again, he wasn't a game developer here. He also didn't include much information under his bullet points. He did documentation of vulnerabilities and did some automation work with Python. This is the first officially recorded line that actually shows he did some programming. Python is
better than Yandere?
meaning the language is
Yes, it's
designed
not
to be
even
easy for
fucking
humans to read and
close. Like,
understand.
those guys
as well as
are
convert. Python is a
not
wonderful
good.
language, and I'm not throwing any shade at it, but Python is not a language.
Here's how you know I'm better than. You know what's funny is I said in the video that you don't actually have to know how to code to make games, because even like, what is his name? Toby Fox released his code for Undertale, and it's like really, really bad. But that's fine. Like, it's okay to be bad at coding. The problem with Pirate Software is he says he's good. And I know I'm better than all of these guys at coding, because in order to be, I'll watch, chat, you're going to be better at coding than all of these guys, Pirate Software, whatever his name, Yandere Dev, all of them, with one thing. Look up what a for loop is and what a switch statement is. If you know those two things, for loop, switch statement, you are now officially better than both of them at coding. That's all you have to do.
Technically, yes, you can code games in Python. Big drawback is it's an incredibly slow language. This is why the industry standard language for game development is C++, a low-level language that allows for incredible performance. The trade-off is it's a significantly more difficult language to work with. The reason I went through his job history so far and his programming language
most
list is because
coders
Jason
are bad at
claims he's a
programming.
20-year veteran of the
probably.
game dev industry, and he was a game developer at Blizzard for 7 years. And he uses these claims
You're
to make
all
himself seem
game
like an
devs
expert
now,
on
by the
game
way.
development and game-related topics, namely stop killing games. But from the looks of it, and in my opinion, it doesn't seem to me he's ever worked as an actual game developer within the industry, and it doesn't seem like he's ever done much program work in the industry either. I'm not throwing shade at any of the jobs listed here so far. I'm just trying to be absolutely clear that none of this, in my opinion, as someone that has worked on game engines and done game development, none of this counts as game development experience, with a lot of his roles having absolutely nothing to do with game development itself at all. To help make this clear, here's another example to help everyone understand. It's like someone working at a hospital and doing payroll work, but because they're at a hospital,
people being like, what? They don't know how to for loop? Yes. Literally, the fucking, one of the code I brought up in the thing is literally him just going down alarm 1 equals 0, alarm 2 equals 0, alarm 3, it's an array. So it's, alarm, bracket 0, bracket, equals 0. And literally him just going down through a list of alarms rather than looping it. It's like, it's actually absurd.
they claim to be
Make a vid to explain pointers. I know Python doesn't have pointers, does it? I have no idea. I know obviously C++ does, but I'm pretty sure. What is GameMaker's GML? And there's no fucking way GML has pointers. And what is Yandere is he does Unity, I think, and that's C#. I have no idea if C# has pointers either.
qualified doctor. It doesn't make any sense. Jason is making a giant leap with his I'm a game developer for 7 years at Blizzard claims. Anyways, let's go back to his LinkedIn and see what's next. Here we have that he was a cybersecurity specialist at Eagle Research Group. Based on Jason's stories, this should be when and where he was technically working for the government. There isn't a whole lot of information here, and with most of the bullet points being extremely generic. Since he claims this was government-related work, I think it's perfectly reasonable to assume he has NDAs or he might not be able to give any specifics related to his work here.
And then when I did that, I went to the United States Department of Energy and I had power plants for the federal government.
Jason makes a lot of claims.
I think he's lying.
Told a lot of stories, but
it might be true, but he's lied about so much else.
The only thing I found was he did do some social engineering attacks at Blizzard. Now, some of you might know about his DEF CON stories and his Mr. Robot claims. I'll probably cover those in a separate video. The reason is all of his DEF CON wins were done in teams of 10.
Dude, if you look at Heartbound, I was bringing up footage of Heartbound for, the video. There's almost no game in that. I think Yandere Dev made more of a game than Pirate Software, and he did it by himself. At least Yandere Dev, was, I don't know, I think he got some help, but he was mostly by himself. But Pirate Software had a whole team of people, and he literally didn't do anything. He's a fed. I think he's lying. I don't even think he's a fed. I don't think he did shit.
People, never solo. And for his other hacking claims, there's only stories to go off of. To keep this video from being too long and off topic, I'll save his hacking claims for its own thing. Okay, his next set of experience is at his own company, also named Pirate Software. But before we touch on that, let's talk about his more recent job experience at Off-Brand Games first, since that's a smaller topic to cover. Off-Brand Games is a game publishing company founded by Ludwig and Jason. I'm not entirely sure if Jason is a co-founder or not. Jason claims he isn't, but most posts and Ludwig's posts talking about the company seem to imply he is. Whether or not he's a co-founder isn't too important. Jason's role at the company is director of strategy. From Jason's comments on the matter, he basically helps indie game developers negotiate contracts. Again, no direct game development work here.
Literally
Also,
just
the very first game Off-Brand Games was co-publishing.
That position, like, I'll give him a break on that because that position's not even real. It's literally just to put his name on something, and he's very popular. So anyone who partners with them will get all of his fans to play it. Like, it's not supposed to be a real job.
Better too. A game by the developer's own words was built this time around as a more live service game. Really makes you think why you might not want to stop killing games.
Okay, this one also, I would have brought this up, but I don't think it applies because there's Rivals of Aether 2 is playable offline. Like, it's a live service game, but it wouldn't be affected by stop killing games. That's a random name. Thanks for the $5. I'm a self-taught game dev. I taught myself everything from coding, Unity to Blender, and I knew about for loops and switch statements within 2 weeks. Yup, dude. That was always the biggest thing that was funny people, it's like a really famous tweet from Yandere Dev where he has like 300 if statements, like all inside. Like literally, it's like 300 nested if statements. And he's like, I wish there was a better way of doing this, you know? So switch statements are, I don't know why. That seems to be impossible for shitty coders.
Also, don't throw any hate at Rivals of Nether 2. They actually do have an end-of-life plan to keep the game playable.
Yeah,
and alive
see,
for the
that's what I was
community
talking
after
about.
ends.
It
The
already
same goes
has
for the rest
an
of the
end-of-life
off-brand
plan.
published
It wouldn't
games.
even be
Don't throw them
affected.
any hate. Okay, we're going to take just one more detour before we get to the Pirate Software Company. Let's check out Jason's GitHub and see if there's any code for us to review there. For those of you that don't know what GitHub is, it's basically the site where developers store their code bases and development teams.
Terry Davis would run circle. Dude, Terry Davis is like one of the greatest programmers of all time. Like he made his own, like, I don't even do that type of programming. I've only ever programmed for a video game, so I don't know any other shit. But from what I understand, making your own operating system would be psychotic for a small team to do, let alone for a singular person. And he did all of that with severe schizophrenia. Terry Davis is like the greatest of all time.
And work together on a code base. In Jason's case, his code bases would be tied to his games. Okay, so here's Jason's GitHub account, and he has 0 public projects on his account. And
yeah, this is the other thing. He's literally done nothing.
No public repos,
there's
doesn't
no
exactly
proof of
anything, and you don't
him
need to have
coding
public repos,
anything
but
ever,
most active developers
except
do have
like
something at least. Also, let me point out, GitHub does have an
screenshots
option
on
of
his
having private repos,
streams
which are code
because he
bases
doesn't
not
even
viewable by
code
users
on
not part of
stream.
the
He
team.
literally
But GitHub
just
also has the
looks
option
at
to
it
show activity on
sometimes,
private repos on your profile without
and
using
it's
any
the
private
worst
repo
code
data.
you've ever
Again,
seen.
this doesn't prove anything, but it's incredibly odd to see a self-proclaimed developer and hacker have 0 public code on his GitHub and 0 activity on his account. Let's try 2024, and there's nothing. Okay, 2023. Oh, I see some activity, and it's bug reports. He has made 4 bug reports and some feature requests, 0 coding to review for 2023. Okay, let's try 2022. All right, I see 2 green dots, and again, it's 2 bug reports, no code to check over. All right, 2021, I'm feeling lucky, and there's nothing. Okay, 2020, he's applying to be a part of the live coders list. All right, last year to check, 2019, and his only activity is he joined January 13, 2019. Man, that was disappointing.
He did
over 7
because
years
of his
having a GitHub account, he seems to have done
schizophrenia.
0 public coding
Maybe.
with a grand total of 6 bug reports. Again, this doesn't prove anything too much, but
The
most
white
professional
man
developers and
is
hackers generally have
afraid
something
of
on their accounts, even if it's just super minor stuff like your
command
settings for your
line.
favorite
It's
text
true.
editor or application. Jason could have a separate personal account where he does all his work, but the entire thing is just incredibly strange.
Anyone
and
can
unusual.
open a
Just
book
about
and
every
learn
tech YouTuber
programming.
and streamer
You
has a
could,
GitHub
but I
account with
wouldn't
some random
suggest
project
doing it
scattered
from a
around.
book.
Anyways, finally with all those positions and GitHub stuff out of the way, let's finally get to Pirate Software, the company,
Okay.
and Jason's actual game
You
development
say
start.
before the drama, why were people watching him? He was a wholesome Chungus, like Reddit tier pro game dev, like anyone can make a game. And then he uses a voice changer. Some people say he got surgery or whatever. Point is, he did something to make his voice super deep. So it's this like silky voice dude who's like, anyone can be a game dev. All you have to do is apply yourself. And people are like, oh my God, I want to make games. I can be a game dev, you know? And those are the type of people watching him.
Let's take a look at his game dev skills, his game dev execution. With all his bragging, I'm sure this is going to be an incredible story with no issues at all. All right, so his first game his studio published was a game called Champions of Breakfast. This was a game roughly built in 8 months in the Game Maker engine. This was the first game that Jason claimed had the unpiratable DRM, where basically the game's Steam achievements acted as a save file. I'll touch on all these points again in just a bit. Keep them in mind. While I move to his next and only other game, Heartbound. So Heartbound is the big game Pirate Software is known for, and it has a crazy development history. So according to the wiki, Heartbound's first
literally
build was
a
October 7th,
scam
2015. Again, this game was also made in Game Maker. It's a 2D game that's mostly story-driven with extreme similarities to Undertale, and it's supposed to have 5 acts or chapters.
Oh yeah, I
total.
didn't even
Kickstarter-
fucking. I lost track. Yeah. When I was making my video, I wanted footage of Heartbound. Obviously, there's no game. Like you could make Heartbound in fucking RPG Maker with no problem. Literally, that you would have no issue just making it an RPG Maker. There's almost no game to it. I don't even know what the fuck he was coding. It's genuinely baffles me because it's basically just a visual novel. There's like almost no gameplay.
For the game was launched on February 24th, 2017, roughly a year and a half after work originally started on it. The original goal was to have the game finished and released by December 2017, but shortly after launch, it was claimed the game was to be fully complete and released in early to mid-2018. A few months later, the goal was once again changed and now was targeting early access on Steam in December 2018. The game did land on Steam in December of 2018. In early access, this release contained a chapter 1 that was
So it's
complete,
a modern
with basically
game?
near fully done chapter
Yes,
2. Gee,
a
I hope
modern
this doesn't
game,
become a
except it
trend
looks
with
bad.
delays, failed promises, and shifts in goals. Surely Jason will complete this game in a few more years, right? At the very start of January 2019, they released a patch where in the patch notes it said Animus, the name of chapter 3 was being developed. And this is where everything started truly going to hell. Now, we have a few things we should note here. This is technically the 3rd year of development if we're going off the October 2015 first build date. If we compare this to Undertale completed development in 2 years, 7 months, with Toby Fox doing most of the development solo, with some help from Tammy Chang on art. Also, let's just take a quick look at the How Long to Beat site and see how much content Undertale has. Okay, the main story is 7 hours, with side
God
content it's
lost
roughly
his
11 hours,
best
a completionist run is 20
sure.
and a half hours. Okay, pretty good and respectable times for an indie game built in 2 years, 7 months. Heartbound, as of 2025, is still in active development. So let's take a look at how much content time they have. All right, the main story is 2.5 hours, with side content it's 3 hours, and a completionist run is 3.5 hours. The Pirate Software team has been working on this game for 10 years, currently more than 3 times as long as the Undertale
10
team. And the Pirate
years?
Software
Dude,
team
I thought
has
it was
one additional
8.
team member.
I said
yeah,
it
just
was
think about
8.
that for a moment.
Fuck,
Anyways, let's start
10?
down through
That's
2019 and
insane.
chapter 3 Animus development. For most of 2019, it seems like there was steady progress on chapter 3 with various patches over the year. So far saying additional content was added. On October 2019, Jason tweeted that roughly 86% of chapter 3 has now been completed.
You wish you
Then 2
weren't
years
so
later,
lazy.
Jason tweets
I
that chapter
think
3
the
now
trick is
92%
just to
done.
make
So,
smaller games.
Over 2 years, he made 8%
Make
progress
small
on
games,
one chapter.
release small
20 years of
games.
game dev industry experience, people, and 7 years working at Blizzard. Okay, let's rewind and go back to 2020 and see the Twitch statistics and see what was happening. Okay, the start of 2020 up till March seems like a normal stream schedule. Seems like he caught a cold on March 10th. Then after 9 days, he goes to urgent care and is diagnosed with pneumonia and gets a COVID test. Then we move to March 21st and COVID test results come back and it's negative. No COVID, just pneumonia. Wait, never mind. March 24th, Jason goes back to urgent care. Pneumonia.
What I'm saying is it's not even just an Undertale clone, because Undertale is mostly gameplay. Yeah, it has, you know, all the talky bits, but it has a ton of gameplay in it. This isn't a game. This is like saying it took you 10 years to make a Ren'Py visual novel. Or an RPG Maker game with no combat.
Incorrectly diagnosed, and he
I know
actually
I
has
got more
bronchitis.
facts wrong.
March 30th,
that's every
he's still
video.
sick, but
You don't
once
go
again
to my
confirms
video
negative
for
COVID.
truth.
This
You
is
come
really
for
important.
lies.
All right, a few days later, April 10th, and his cold status is defeated, and we're good to go. I know things
It's not about the facts, it's about feelings. Didn't you
So
know?
then we move on to April 11th, 2020, and work on Heartbound has restarted. Work is continuing over the next few days. According to tweets, most of April was good, so was most of May 2020. We're still working on Heartbound at this point. Again, nearly all of the May proc is on Heartbound. Then we skip all the way over to July 2020, and work on Heartbound is still progressing.
Remember when the
Seemed like there's some
PS2
trouble during
gen, when you
September,
have an
October,
entire
November, with December being
trilogy
fine,
of
and
games
so is
come
January
out
of 2021
on one
being fine. Then
console?
we hit
Yeah, it was
February
great.
2021, and then he tweets out he has had COVID for 9 months since the start of February of 2020. Wait, what? Jason was only sick in March according to his own tweets at that time period. And there's work from February from earlier. And there's proof he worked during April, May, June, July, and August at the very least, judging by his Twitch stats and his Steam announcements and patches for the game. It seems the only major slowdown of streams and work was 3 months of September, October, and November, where he lost.
What made me stop making games? Mold. It's always the mold every time. Because, you know, I'll be quick about it. But when I get sick from the mold, I get very, very, very sick for about 3 days. And then it takes me about a full month to recover. So I would be doing what I am now, basically, with my YouTube channel. You know, balls to the wall, you know, working all the time, doing stuff. And then I would get mold sick. And then once I recover it, you know, it'd be hard to get back on the wagon of working on it. And then I would start a new project later, and then I would get mold sick for a month, and then by the time I get back, I don't want to work it on it anymore. And that just kept happening. So, you know, I'm going to keep up the release schedule as fast as I can for YouTube videos, because once the mold hits, videos will probably slow down for a while.
Of time and had to stop development based on his tweets.
What's the mold story? I have mold. I have a fungal infection somewhere in my body, and it is killing me slowly.
I have no idea. I mean, it's not like he's going to change the story after this, right? Oh, wait. There's this old tweet from November
David
2020
Lynch has
where
a
Jason
good
says
bit
he
on
was
being
recovering for nearly
sick
8 months and
and
couldn't do stream work.
creatively.
Let's look at the Twitch
Yeah.
stats graph again and his tweets.
I can check it
He
out.
couldn't work during this period, but everything he posts during this time says he was working on Heartbound, and his Twitch stats confirm it. So does Steam. I mean, Jason wouldn't lie and change his story and opinions randomly, right? Especially not his loyal viewers and Heartbound fans. Let's skim the graphs and see what else we can see. Okay, 2021, minus the months of March, April, May, and June, his streaming is extremely good and consistent, with tons of stream days going past.
What kind of game I was making? I made a bunch of stuff. Or, you know, I made half. Not even half. You know, I worked on a bunch of stuff. Probably the biggest project I got most of the way through, which is probably like 50,000 lines of code, is I was making a roguelike Pokemon game. I'm thinking about starting up coding at some point just to get my brain moving again, because the mold is slowly eating it. But I think making a full game would take way too much time and effort. So I think I'll probably move everything I put into that Pokemon game and make some plugins for fan games and give it to people.
10 hours and some days hitting 16 hours. 2020 about the same for March, April, May, and June, and September, with the rest of the months being slightly less consistent, but still more consistent than not. Then we get to 2023, and this is incredibly consistent with the stream averages being 6 to 8 hours per day. Let's start diving back into Jason's tweets. So on June 2023, he catches
Have I
COVID
been
again.
to a doctor
that seems to match
recently?
with his
Many.
Twitch stats graph. Here there's a clear week gone. Let's see what Jason says in July.
That was a hell of a thing. That's the second time I've gotten COVID. The first time took 9 months for
Is it Candida? I don't think so. Dude, I don't even know. I'm going to be honest. At this point, I don't know. Like I have like a sheet. I have a sheet where it has the antibodies, and it's a lot. What engine? I was originally did Godot, but that was a long time ago, and everything else has been Unreal from now. For no other reason than I just like C++ as a language.
This one took probably about, I think it was in total about 20 days. So
There's no point in time in 2020, 2021, 2022, or 2023 where he lost 9 months.
I keep pausing for nonsense. What do I take as medicine? Nothing right now. I took an antifungal for like a year and a half. But not anymore because it didn't help.
Stopped development for that period of time. He also in the clip claimed he got COVID twice in total. So that doesn't explain why there's 4 sections of gaps on development, since all these gaps are months apart and he only had COVID twice. Let's skip ahead to June 2024 and see what he says about these 4 years of development.
how long have you been working in this game? Was the coding a solo job? Yeah. Nobody else has touched the code
What
base for
engine
Heartbound
does
ever
the
except for me.
build
It's
use?
just me. I've been
Paint.
working on it for about
Use
7
the
years, but I lost
paint
2.5
engine.
years to COVID.
Okay, I hope at this
Do you
point
use
he
C++
realizes the excuses
in
for not working on
Godot?
Heartbound and his tweets about building
Is that
with
new?
BS.
I have
Once
no
again,
idea.
He stopped development.
Like I
in
said, I haven't
2020,
used
3 months
Godot in
between September
probably
to October,
5
where he had
years.
his first COVID period of inactivity. His second COVID
4
was in
years.
June 2023. No matter
No,
how many
maybe
tried to
5
arrange
years.
this and make sense of it, the numbers don't work out, especially since we can see his 2023, he basically had a perfect
Create
stream
a
schedule.
mold
And if we look
Pokemon
at 2021 and 2022, there were only 2 gaps where he seems to be affected, and they're months apart. Jason basically just decided to quit working on his game sometime during 2020 and has been making random excuses since then on why he hasn't made progress. Chapter 3 Animus, the reason we've been going through this chart started all
Yeah,
the
I
way back
think
to January
I think I
2019.
get the
If we look
point
at the latest patch in
of this
2020
part. Oh, okay, the video's over. Well, we'll move on to part 2 because the rest is, we understand. He lied. He says he was working. He was not working. Big surprise.
All right, let's start
Now for part 2. Are we gonna actually get
diving
to the
into the
code? I wanna
DRM
start
analysis
looking at
for
code.
Pirate Software's 2 games, Champions of Breakfast and Heartbound. Let's start with some information about the 2 games and clear up some misinfo too.
thinking about what
Both
engine
Champions
to
of
use?
Breakfast and Heartbound were created in the Game
Use
Maker
whatever
engine.
you like.
Champions of Breakfast
Godot
is the game
free.
Jason claims
all
has
of
the
them are free.
unpiratable
All of them-
DRM.
I tried to find a way so that our game wouldn't get pirated because it'd be easy to pirate it.
Does the mold
This is
get
your
worse
save
every
file.
day?
First, start the game up.
It's been pretty constant for a while now. But it just gets worse depending on what I eat.
It actually checks what achievements you have, and it unlocks powers based on your achievements. This is actually the save file for the character. So you can't pirate it because you can never use the achievements. It made it unpiratable, which is deeply hilarious.
So,
Yeah.
as you saw, essentially the DRM for Champions of Breakfast
That's
is the
not
Steam
real.
achievements
I have
acting
the
as a
strangest feeling.
quasi-save file. The Heartbound DRM is the following code snippet that Jason has shown live on stream multiple times. Now, recently, a lot of people have been posting that Heartbound has always online DRM. That is false. Heartbound does not have always online DRM. The DRM approach does not require online connectivity to function. It'll work just fine with Steam in offline mode. Jason has told the truth in regards to this matter, so he doesn't deserve the online DRM hate he's getting currently. Second, the Steam achievements acting
No
as
one
a
can
save
pirate
file
my game
is
that no
only
one
in
wants.
Champions of Breakfast. Heartbound does not have any dependence on Steam achievements. These are 2 completely separate DRM solutions. Now, let's start analyzing the Heartbound DRM code. The important variable we need to pay attention to within the code is on line 3, the global
Heard of
dot
Evan
pirated game
Brand?
variable
No, I
that is
look
set
him
to
up.
1. Like the variable name suggests, this is what dictates whether or not the game is considered pirated within the game itself. A value of 1 implies the variable has a truthy value. Normally for this type of thing, would use a boolean and use true and false as the variable
Yeah,
values
dude, this is
directly,
the
but we'll
funniest thing ever to me. I had this is what I'm talking about. People got pissed at me for saying GML it's a scripting language, not a coding language. And they're like, actually, scripting languages are coding languages. Well, yeah, so is fucking Blueprints is also technically a coding language. You get the point. But this is absurd. GML doesn't have true or false? Like, are you fucking insane? And the funniest thing is they tell you to just use true and false anyway in the GML like guidelines or whatever. And no, he just uses 0 and 1, which is like psycho shit.
We'll leave that aside for now and touch on it again.
No
in the
more 2 times speed? Oh, you're right. It's because it's a new video.
code review section. If we continue and move on to line 5, we can see the DRM process goes as follows. First, we check to see if Steam is initialized. Once if it's confirmed to be true, the game is considered legitimate, hence line 7. Then at line 13, we check to see if the Steam client is actually a Steam emulation or cracked. The double equal sign means we're checking to see if the value of this function is equal to the ASCII string IGG Games. IGG Games is an unsafe piracy group, and they use their name when they package their cracked Steam games. Then
Dude,
we set
that is
game
the
to pirate on
funniest
line
shit
14
ever.
if we can
He's literally just checking for one specific...
confirm it's
That's
an
actually
IGG
really
Games
funny.
cracked copy of the game. Now, we move on to line 16.
Dude, this is literally like putting in your... This is like putting in your thing just is pirated. Is pirated? Did you pirate that? Actually, what might work better is if you just put a little window, made it spawn a window that said, did you pirate this? And if they click yes, it closes the program. That might work better.
Check to see if there's a bogus account ID. We also, on line 19, check to see if we have a known Steam app ID that is commonly used in
Please
Crash
switch to Breakers or some Gooner game. I'm sorry, you lost the vote. We were so close. But TF2 lost.
pirated games or mods. If either one of these checks end up being true, we also set the pirated game variable to true. Now, in order for us to break this DRM, the first 2 problems we have to deal with is the function call of Steam initialized and the Steam DRM that would be included with the actual game. Steam
Yeah,
DRM
I didn't even think about this. He just doesn't use and or anywhere, does he? Honestly,
It's own-
you could... I don't think it really matters. And it does kind of look a little nicer if you don't do that. But it is weird.
added on DRM. It is completely separate from the Heartbound DRM we're discussing. Due to legal reasons, I'm not going to directly show what programs to use or how to bypass Steam functions in Steam DRM, but I'll explain a bit about the process and how secure using Steam functions as a form of DRM is. First, let's talk about the Steam DRM. The Steam DRM has been well understood by cracking groups for a very long time. It's so well understood and commonly cracked, there are multiple tool sets built for it and guides, to the point even non-technical users can use them to crack and distribute their own Steam games. This is called homers, and this is one of the reasons there's so many Steam games that have day 1 cracks floating around. Next, we have the Steam functions that we saw in the Heartbound DRM code that we need to address for the Champions of Breakfast DRM. For this issue, let's talk about Steam client emulators. These are programs that mimic some legitimate Steam client functions and fake some other functionality you expect in the legitimate Steam client. There are numerous Steam client emulators, and I'm not going to touch any of these emulators, but take my word for it that they can easily get through the Steam DRM and the initialized function check. And they can also mimic the Steam Achievement API, meaning not only can the Steam DRM be bypassed by using these emulators, but they would also allow you to crack and play Champions of Breakfast, plus you'd basically have a save game editor along with the two. While we're on the topic of Champions of Breakfast, I was curious how long it took for the game with the unpiratable DRM to be cracked after it was released, and this is what I found. 1 day and 17 hours after the game.
Yeah, it's okay to separate out multiple. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's kind of weird that I've never seen him use but it does look nicer if you don't.
and was released on Steam, there was already a home rip floating around. If you don't consider home rips to be valid, I also checked to see if any known where Steam groups had a crack for the game. The Steam group Simplex has also had a crack for the game floating around for years at this point, so that unpiratable DRM has been soundly defeated.
Well,
multiple times
him
just
saying
after launch.
unpiratable
Now,
is
with those problems
obviously
addressed, let's return to
retarded.
the
Like, there was
Heartbound
no
DRM
way
code and
that was
examine the
gonna
last
be
problem we
true.
need to figure out how to break, namely the IGG games check and the various ID checks setting the pirated game variable to true. In order to break this, we'll need to do some reverse engineering. To make this reverse engineering and cracking process smoother to explain, I've copied over this snippet of code into a tiny C++ program. The DRM I have in it is in the left pane between lines 13 to 51. Now, you might notice I have a couple functions here between lines 15 to 33. Those are just placeholders. Due to legal reasons, I'm not including the real Steam SDK or functions in the tiny program, or including it within the actual reverse engineering process. Since I already explained how they can be defeated, it's not important to include them in the program. Back to our code, you can see the rest of the DRM matches up basically one-to-one with the DRM snippet we have from Heartbound. Last line to
Okay,
note,
you're
I run
saying
DRM
all
check
the
here on
time they
108 just
spent
after the
making
program
this,
starts.
they
The
could have
rest of
made
the
the game
program doesn't matter
good,
too
but
much. I'm basically
they're
just using
clearly
Windows
not
Windows
capable of
API
that.
to create a
So
simple
might as
window
well
that will
waste
have
it
a red
doing
background
this
if the game's
stuff.
pirated, and if
Oh,
it's a
turn
legitimate copy, the
captions
background
on?
will be green.
Okay.
Also, just like the Heartbound DRM code, we start the program assuming to be an unpirated state. Now, I compiled the little app we have, and we have an exe we can run. Let's pretend we don't have the actual source code and just have the exe. So how do we modify the exe and beat the DRM? In order to modify the exe, we'll need to use what is known as a disassembler plus a debugger. I'll be using Ollie Debug, which is a very old and outdated x86 debugger. If someone was doing actual reverse engineering these days, the tools they would look for and use would probably be something like EDA Pro or Ghidra, a reverse engineering tool built by the NSA and freely available on GitHub to download and use. Anyways, let's open up Ollie Debug and attach a
Okay,
little DRM.
I get this point. I get it. You can pirate it. No one believed that you couldn't pirate this. Are we
And
still
just a
talking
high-level
about?
overview, since diving into those is way too out of scope for this video. First of all, let's go back to our C++ source code. Something we could add to prevent Ollie Debug from opening up our exe would be to add
No,
the
okay,
native
we're
Win3
still talking about the
total
piracy.
uninterrupted would have been
We
37
get it,
seconds
we can
altogether.
pirate it.
Now, let's return to Jason and see a tweet plus a short where he mentions his assembly and reverse engineering experience.
I'm a hacker. I've been a hacker for 20 years. Part of my job throughout that was working in the games industry. I was one of the guys sitting there pulling down every bot that worked for every MMO that we worked on, everything at Blizzard, grabbed every single one of those, pulled it out into assembly, grabbed the code key from it, removed the polymorphic.
This section is pretty long, so we'll save breaking down the code cave and polymorphic.
This is
code
like
comments and
listening to
nonsense,
someone
as
speak
promised in VX
Spanish.
Underground for maybe a part 3 video.
That's good. He's going too into the weeds of it. It's like we get the point. This is piratable. You could have just shown that it's been pirated
Since
before.
those would have been the language and tool he would have been using during his time period at Blizzard or earlier, because those were some common choices back then. Now, while in part 1, I leaned towards distrust, but I gave him the benefit of doubt on a few of his hacking points, I think it's clear to see Jason doesn't seem to know a whole lot on how to create a secure application or how to set up a real custom DRM solution. And while this entire video I've been referring to all this as DRM, it really doesn't deserve to be called as such. I can fairly confidently say Jason barely has any application hacking knowledge that you would expect someone to have with his supposed history and experience.
Well, yeah, because he already proved he didn't. He had no evidence of doing anything related to code
are mostly made of stories
in his hacking experience.
Let's leave the DRM stuff behind us now and move towards the code reviews. Before I start doing the reviews themselves, let me give some additional context.
I'm sure the high speed makes it even easier to understand. This is pussy shit. This is 1.5 times speed. It's not even 2 times. This is slow.
Somewhere around 13 years of experience. So when he started seriously working on Heartbound, he should have been very familiar with GameMaker and the GameMaker language. Also, he's the owner of the game studio and the only person who's ever touched the code on the Heartbound game. So I don't want to hear any nonsense.
Really?
His code's bad on purpose.
See that I didn't
someone
know.
else wrote the garbage code.
I
and he
assumed
inherited it and
someone
has to
else
maintain it.
wrote the
Lastly, all the
code.
code we're going to look at is modern and should still be in the game, based on what I could find from his live streams. So this is a reflection of his current abilities. I'll be saying all my comments related to Jason's coding abilities for after I finish all the code reviews. Also, let me break down my criteria and rules I set for myself so everyone understands why I chose these code snippets and how I'll be offering advice and comments on them.
Yeah, see,
First
this
off,
is
the
what I
code snippet
want
to be
from the
something I
first
prefer to
video.
be shown on Jason's streams. I had a ton of people sending me code snippets in text over the last few days. So while it might be Jason's code, if I couldn't confirm it, I decided to skip it for the sake of fairness. So every code snippet we'll review today is
How
something I
old
can
is he?
personally verify has been
I
shown
don't
on
know,
one of
he's
his streams
Asian.
and
He
is
could be
legitimate
100
Heartbound
years
code.
old.
Second off, the code needs to be a recurring problem or have significant impact on a large part of the code base. So I won't be reviewing some throwaway script on some small
Who's better pirate software? Yandere Dev? Yandere Dev easily. Like from everything I've seen, it's 100% Yandere Dev. Not saying Yandere Dev's good. It's definitely better than
the
this.
current code reach some junior level baseline quality. Also, I'll limit my advice to things that are possible in the GameMaker language and engine. So design patterns and practices that are possible in other engines or languages, but not easily doable or possible in GameMaker, I'll be skipping. Fourth, I largely won't be talking about performance. We're just trying to get the code to something readable that a real development team could realistically understand and work on. Having performance discussion and talking about entirely different data structures and game design patterns is too far removed from the topics of this
It
video.
also
Plus, the
wouldn't
Heartbound
matter.
game
I
is
mean,
extremely
he's
simple,
like
so
I said, he's
additional
making
rules
what
here
is
won't really
basically a
matter. Fifth,
Ren'Py
covered all
game.
the
I
issues in
mean,
another code snippet
performance
we
will
have. I
never
won't cover
matter.
the other similar snippets. Basically, there are like 100 files with the exact same problems and issues. So if I address the issues,
Thanks
other
for
code
liking my
snippets would have
Stop
during
Killing
other snippet
Games
reviews, I'll skip
video.
over anything too similar. So
I
this
think it's
video
my
is
worst
stupid
one.
long
I
and
fucked up the
repetitive. Yes,
audio.
there's that many problems with the code base. I felt I needed to have these rules and criteria. With all that out of the way, let's start with some actual code reviews. We'll bring back the DRM snippet and we'll open up a few other snippets
He's
as well. If you remember at the
37.
start of the video, I talked about
Damn.
truthy and falsy values on the pirated game variable, and I brought up the term booleans. Booleans are a basic data type in nearly all programming languages, and you would use the values of true and false directly when you're checking to see if a variable is well true or false.
Jesus Christ,
So
even
if
at
we
one
look at these
time
code
see this
snippets, we
guy
see Jason
taps
is using
way
0 or
too
1 in
much.
numerous places instead of using the appropriate data types and values. This is a sign of a more amateur programmer. I just wanted to clear this up now, so I won't have to repeat this in every
All
single
right,
code
all right.
snippet
We
look
can
at.
slow down if it's too fast. I'm gonna start losing my mind though.
Now, let's drill down into a specific code snippet. We'll start with the one from the bottom left. All right, so the very first line, we already have a lot of issues here. So Jason is accessing a storyline flag in a single dimensional global array using a raw index number of 367. Both of those things are terrible, but let me explain what an array is first. Arrays are a basic data structure.
Okay, we
that
know what
stores a
an array-
collection of
okay, maybe
elements.
Chad
Let's go
doesn't-
through a quick example. Imagine you have a row of boxes,
Yes,
and inside
yes,
each
yes.
box you have the
Yes.
number.
An array is just it's a list of things. So he is getting item number 367 from a list. God knows what that fucking means. Like, that is insane. Dude, actually, it might be fun just to look at my old code, because I'm not this bad, but I'm also similar things where I'll look at my old code and be like, what the fuck was I trying to do here? But this is bad because literally looking at this, right? I know some of you know how to code. Looking at this, what the fuck does that mean? Storyline array 367 equals 1. Or does it equals means you're asking, does this equal to 1, right? The fuck does that mean? Is it like what could that possibly be? I'm assuming it's a flag. You're, checking if the flag has been tripped. That's my only guess. But what flag? Why? Should do a coding tutorial video. Never. Dude, I would teach people bad shit. Here's how I learned how to code. Literally, I just thought, okay, I want my game to have this. How do I do that? And that's how I learned. Literally. And I would just do the thing. And the other thing I would do is I would just watch very high level, like extremely high level C++ videos that I had no fucking idea about. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, super high level that I don't understand at all. And then just be like, what are they doing? And then try and figure out, like, the stuff they do. That's how I learned. So there are probably extremely basic things that I don't know. That would just be like, I don't fucking know. Just because that's how I learned. Yeah, no, this is real bad.
Access a number inside a specific.
Yeah, we already know one is true because he doesn't use booleans because he's a psychopath, right? But I'm thinking storyline array, right? To me, that would mean an array of text or something, storyline. But I'm guessing it's flags. It's an array full of flags. An array of already over 367 different flags that are all not named. There's no name to any of these flags. Imagine being like, so how you would normally do a game with a flag, right? You would be like, has key, right? That would be the variable. It'd be like bool has key, right? True, false. Has key is true or false. You know what that means. Do they have the key? Yes, no. This is literally just 367? True? 367? Yes. It's like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? There's no way. This is why he can't finish his fucking game. Because he probably looks at his old code and has no fucking idea what's going on. Like I said, I was a lot better than this, and I still look at my old code and be like, what was I doing here? What the fuck was this about? Oh, actually, I'm reading the comments now. So, who did we go to lunch with so it's definitely flags. Okay, now I'm reading. We're reading. The problem is that this is right here instead of like, hey, I want to know all the flags. Okay, you have to find this random snippet of code where we put a comment here. So flag number 333 is who we went to lunch with. This is so bad. This is just so bad because it's like, imagine you need that flag somewhere else and you're like, what was that flag again? Okay, now I have to search through literally all of my code to find a random comment that is somewhere that explains flag number 333, Yeah, he works on the code for 3 days, fucks off, then comes back and spends a week trying to remember what he's trying to do. Yeah, that's exactly, like, this is the worst. It's so bad.
You use what's called an index value.
He does use a switch statement, though. I just noticed that. So I might be wrong. He might be better than Yandere Dev. That is a switch statement. You're right. Damn. Fuck. Yandere Dev loses again. Oh man, I really wanted my good old cum drinking buddy to get a win. But I guess not.
Game Maker, array indexes start at 0. Another nice thing with arrays.
In game, can anyone name anywhere where arrays start at 1? I mean, it's got to be somewhere because I mean, this guy clearly knows what he's talking about. Hello.
Lots of functions built into your programming language, making it much nicer to work with. Arrays are a basic programming concept and near universal in all languages.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's deal with the index number.
Yandere Dev did get an alpha out there.
This is what we call a magic number.
I thought they were always 0.
Use a number directly to check or access something, and there's no way for someone reading it to have any idea what it could possibly mean or refer to without someone else explaining the intent or finding a different file that might hold the context
Lua starts
needed.
at 1. That's psycho. That's psycho shit.
All his files and code base. So for us to get context on this, let's pull up another code snippet that has the storyline, array comments, and logic.
Some languages have
there's
them
another
start
huge
at 1.
issue with
Yeah,
this
I
code
guess
snippet
so.
too. Something
That's crazy.
referred to as code change blast radius. To better understand what blast radius is, let's imagine we're looking at lines with indexes of 207.
Jesus Christ. Dude, are you looking at what I'm looking at? You do not need to know how to code to look at that right picture. This is a fucking psycho. Oh, do you want me to hide my thing so you can see the comment? Wait. Have we already done this? What the fuck? What does that even... That comment literally doesn't even mean anything. All right, whatever. I can't focus down that right now. The right... Dude, this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't know what a loop is. He literally... Bro, we know it goes all the way up to at least 367. So he's had to type out every single number and name... Dude, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I genuinely have never... Yet this guy's 40 and has supposedly worked on games for 20 years. Dude, that actually is the worst thing I've ever seen. I've never seen anything that bad, ever. I'm imagining this guy literally typing out each one and being like, God, making games is so hard. It's just so hard to make games. Bro. Yeah, this is serial killer code. Dude, no, this is someone who is learning code for the first time. Like, genuinely, this is the first thing you've ever made. You would never even think to do. Honestly, what this reminds me of is, are they called structures? Here, I'm going to open my code really fast. Because for some reason, I'm forgetting what these are called. Not yet. Oh, they are just called structs. Oh, yeah. So, for all of that Pokemon game I was talking about, which is, like I said, it's like 50,000 lines of code or something. I just didn't use structs. And God, are structs good. They're so important, so good. And you waste so much time not using them. And that's what this reminds me of, except this is about 10 million times worse than that. Like 10 million times worse. Yeah, he says in the comments that 0 is no and 1 is yes. He just doesn't use Yeah, it's literally he's just a fucking psycho. Like, if you have to write it down, just use true and false. Also, how do you not remember that? I mean, come on. The problem is that they try to make their magnum opus first instead of releasing short, middle. It's true. That's very true. And I did the exact same thing. See, what I'd say, the only problem with that advice of, like, don't make your magnum opus or whatever originally is you still want to make something you're interested in, you know? But I think literally everyone makes that mistake. My very first C++ project was that Pokemon game. And it's, like I said, 50,000 lines of code. And it's so much of it is bad because it was me learning, you know? But I think it's okay to learn. But this guy, he's not learning. That's the problem, is he's not fucking learning. Because once you learn, you would immediately delete all this shit, you know? And you definitely wouldn't try and publish it. And you definitely wouldn't talk about how much of a fucking genius you are, you know? I wish I hadn't seen professional software program like this. But this is actually way more common than you think. Who knows, maybe not. Dude, trust me, I believe that. I mean, look at how fucking bad all programs are on. That's why I hate technology. Because it's all so fucking bad. You can start on a passive project, but don't release it. Yeah, or just you can restart. It's always fine with restarting. Like I said, I would never work on that Pokemon project ever again. I would start from the very beginning, and I would get those 50,000 lines. I would probably turn into 20,000, and I would get it done 100 times faster. Like literally 100 times faster. There's nothing wrong with just deleting and fixing. But, I mean, like I said, this guy's a self-righteous, massive ego retard. So he refuses to... Like, imagine looking at that and thinking it's okay. Like, literally, you look at this and you're like, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, are you insane? None of you... I mean, a bunch of you do not know how to program. A bunch of you don't know how to program. You can still look at that and be like, that clearly can't be the right way to do that. Yeah, exactly. Got stuck in the kindergarten era of accomplishment. Yeah, this is fucked. This is making me want to start working on stuff again, though. There's no time, though. I want to try and get out 2 videos a week, something like that, at least until the mold hits. Because, like I said, you know, once the mold hits, if it happens, you know, there'll be a huge gap. I'm a business analyst, SQL, FA3, so I don't know game dev code. But in the left picture, what is happening in case 2? Nothing. Why is nothing is happening? That's the answer. Nothing. He just put that. I mean, I guess you can do it so that you just know you don't do. Wait, whoa, wait. I just realized, why is that a switch statement? Bro, what the fuck? Dude, the more I look at that. Dog! Okay, wait. I'm gonna bring up a fucking empty project, because I need to. I know some people in chat don't actually know, so I'm gonna have to, teach a little bit. So I'm gonna open a new something or other. You know what? Fuck it. I don't even care. You can just see what's already on here. I'll just find a blank spot. NR, thanks for the $2. Furry nepotism narc. What next? He's a groomer. Almost certainly. All right. Let me bring up some code for you guys, so that I can tell you why this is so fucking stupid. Fit to screen. Transform. Fit to screen. All right, can you guys see that? All right. This is something I was working on a little bit. All right. So this is a switch statement. Notice how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you have 4 things. All a switch statement is this is a number. Actually, technically this could be anything. But right now, this right here is a number. And let's say it's 0. Then we'd go to this number. That's 0. Yeah, maybe I should have... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just write it. Because it's easier to explain without words. So we have switch. I'm just literally just going to put a number here. 1. Okay? Switch. The AI almost did it for me until it fucked up because I don't. All right. Switch 1. That means we go to 1, right? So we'll put a variable here instead. Poop. So if poop is 1, it'll go and it'll run whatever this is. And if poop is 2, it'll run whatever that is, right? Now, what's cool about switches is we can have a 3. We can have a default. And default just means if it's none of the other things, it'll go to that, right? Now, do you see what the problem is if we only have 1 and 2? Do you see what the issue might be if we only have 2? You could almost do this. Huh? Does this make sense? If poop equals 1. It's almost like you could do that. You could just do if else. In fact, here's pro trick. Pro trick. Don't let anyone know I told you this. If this is in its own function, you could just do if poop equals 1, and then you can put a return here. And then if poop equals 2, we'll do this by default because it'll exit out when it hits here. And then you literally one if statement. That's it. The switch is literally pointless. If you're only doing 2 things, there's literally no point in it being a switch. Oh wait, I forgot. Dude, I actually forgot it was even worse. I forgot it was even literally doing this. I forgot how bad it is. I forgot it was like we'll just do poop equals. We're doing poop equals 2, right? And then this was do nothing, right? So do nothing. You could literally just do if poop equals 1, poop equals 2, right? There's literally no... This is a pointless switch. The switch literally doesn't do anything. Dude, that's so fucking stupid. Irish Fisher Tom, thanks for the $5. Is this the start of Debin's coding streams? Are you going to stream coding for a few hours, then disappear for 3 days and come back to it, Lamau? Maybe I will. Maybe that's the plan. I'm sorry, I wasn't reading chat like that whole time. But okay, I'm just making sure everyone understands how insanely stupid that is. Yeah, to continue. Yeah, if this was a loop, you could put continue instead of return. I was assuming it was a function. But I'm just making sure everyone understands that that code right there was the dumbest shit anyone has ever written, ever. Irish Major Tom, thanks for the $5. Also, Yandere cells are eating good again. Pirate cells are eating poo-poo. Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, no, you're right. Yandere wins again because he didn't use the switch statement right. All right, we can go back to our video. God, that was bad. Oh, my God. Dude, no, I need to look at it. Just one more time, let me look at it. Can we just soak it in? What if poop equals bar? It does. I just want to soak it in. God. Case 1, do something. Case 2, do nothing. Couldn't just be if equals 1. Couldn't do that. That'd be too hard. I guarantee you, here's what happened. He learned what a switch was and wanted to use it. That's literally all it is. He learned what a switch was and is like, well, I have to use it or I'll forget or something, you know? Which is you should do that, by the way. That's how I learn everything. Is if I learn a new thing, I'll just use it everywhere. Just all the time. Just to keep it in my head, and then I'll start using it correctly. But again, this is final code. He's supposed to be good at coding, and this is the dumbest thing I've ever read. I actually think it might be worse than what's on the right. No, what's on the right's definitely worse. But God, that's bad. That's real bad, dude. That's real bad. Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Middle storyline flags. Let's say one day we want to add another storyline flag or event for this section called middle. We have two options here. Option 1, we go to the end of this array and add in a completely unrelated area of the array another middle event. So this array has something like 560 indexes, meaning if we add a new one... Oh my God,
it's 500. Oh my God. Dude, even if you were copying and pasting, that would take forever. That would take forever. You literally have to scroll through this massive document to be like, hey, I wonder what's the flag I need? I need to set the flag for eats penis. Where's the eats penis flag? And you just be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Oh my God. I'm gonna need someone to speak some normie English for me. What do you need help? I'll do my. I can explain it full retard mode next time if you need help. I'll explain.
At the end.
Do you think he Control F and looks up the flag? Okay, that would make sense unless you didn't know the number. Like, if you know the number, that's fine. You Control F, then you just go to the number. What if you're just like, okay, what's the flag for when someone died during the third boss fight? You know, how would you find that? You could try Control F third boss fight. No, that's not right. You literally would have to memorize all of these descriptions. You'd have to know, okay, this is this, you know? It's fucked, dude. Gilgamesh, thanks for the 20 Mexican pesos. Dude ended his career due to his ignorance in code. Honestly, it was because of fucking World of Warcraft. M. Garcia, thanks for the $2. P.S. is the Bob Ross of being a toad silly Billy. Oh, yeah. P.S. is, Pirate Software. Yes, he is. Some flags might warrant a switch, but for true-false flags and if-else would work perfectly fine. It's possible that you want them all to be switch statements to be consistent. No, because look. That one right there, that flag is an if statement on the left. Here, let me hide my camera. See? He goes right from this, he literally... Yeah, what the fuck? He did the right thing and then immediately did the wrong thing. What is going on, dude? I refuse to believe a human wrote this. This has to be AI or something. No, because it's too old. But look, he does the right thing. Again, right in quotes, but still. He does the right thing. If, flag, do thing. And then he just uses a switch statement for no reason immediately after that. Like, this is the dumbest motherfucker who's ever lived. Like, he's the... Dude, I'm convinced he's an industry plant. Like, I don't even believe he got his audience naturally. Just, especially the way he attacked Stop Killing Games, like, immediately. I mean, he's just too dumb. Like, this is, like, literally... This isn't beginner code. This is I'm a fucking idiot code. Because, again, why'd he do the right thing and then immediately do the wrong thing? God, that's stupid. Yeah. Oh, AI's... You're right. AI's definitely better than this. That's my bad. I shouldn't insult the AI.
Let's imagine we're looking at lines with indexes of 207 and 208.
Could he have done this worse? Honestly, yeah. I could probably think of a better way to do it. Worse. Like, I can think of a way to do it worse.
With something called middle storyline flags. Let's say one day we want to add another storyline flag.
Estimate
for our event
IQ
for the
is
section
8,
called middle. We have two
maybe
options here.
12.
Option 1, we go to the end of this array and add in a completely unrelated area of the array, another middle event. So this array has something like 560 indexes, meaning if we added a new one at the end, our middle event flags would be indexes 207, 208,
I'm
and
back.
561.
Hello.
This is absolutely terrible since logic events that should be together are at completely random spots inside the array. This causes a whole host.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that the order is random. It's literally just whenever he comes up with a new event. Well, I guess you'd have to do it that way. Because putting something in the middle, you'd have to change every... Dude, this guy's an idiot. This guy's an actual fucking idiot. I don't know if you're picking up here. I might bring up... Let me bring up the code again. Here's the problem this guy's running into. This is... I didn't even think about this. It's so fucking stupid. I didn't even think about this. Here's what he's running into, right? So it's a big list of things. So, you have, one... Well, I'm going to keep using poop. You have poop 1, equals whatever. And then poop 2. Let's see if the AI can... here, I'll have to make this a real thing. So the AI, like... So you have all of these things, right? Now imagine... Come on, AI. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out, AI. Come on. Okay, so you have all these things, right? Now, these are only 4, so it's not so bad. But let's imagine I need a new flag, right? You just add it to the end. Okay, easy, no problem. We have a new flag at the end. Okay, but let's say this is kill boss 1, and we'll just assume this goes on, right? And these are all related. And we go to 3. I need to stop using my mouse. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's imagine boss 2, we fucked up. Right? Like 2 and 3. Like, this is too big of a jump. So we want a new boss that's in between those. And so we make poop 6. Except now this is boss 2.5. And this is already kind of annoying that you're like, okay, where's boss 2.5? I need to find the flag for killing boss 2.5. And this is only 6 elements. Now imagine you have 500. And you're like, oh, I need to change something at the beginning of the game. You literally can't anymore. Because you can't, again, if I want to put something right here, like I want to make poop 3, whatever equals kill boss 2.5, I now have to literally go in, okay, be like, okay, now this is 4. Okay, now this is 5. Okay, now this is 6. Okay, this is 7. And you have to do that 560 times. Bro, he can't even work on this game. He literally can't work on it. Like, he doesn't have the ability. Because if he changes something in the beginning of the game, he has to put it all the way at the end of the array, and now it's like just completely lost in nonsense. Dude, this is so fucked. It's like, this is like way worse than I could have imagined. I kind of want to make another video. This is like so bad I want to make another video. Dude, I literally can't imagine it. Who is, what'd Spaz say? Or, hey, Devin, if you have a list like and want to add in something to change the outcome of story dialogue between 2, that means you would have to change 2 for, yes, you literally have to change. So he's not doing that because that'd be way too hard to literally go down and be like, okay, this is 4 and then this is 5 and that, do that 500 times. So instead he literally just adds it at the end. And he's done that for 8 years now. So now the array isn't even ordered. It's completely random. Asterix, thanks for the $20. Not even a plant. I saw a stream of him talking to a psychiatrist, and he's legit a psychopath. Even the psychiatrist interviewing said straight to his face that there's something about him that he doesn't like. Damn. Yeah, no, dude, I completely understand why this took 10 years. Like, the game is unsalvageable at this point. Like, with the code this bad, you literally have to restart. You have to delete everything and restart.
Of issues. The code becomes difficult.
I think I am going to make another video. Just for the fuck of it. I don't care if it gets any views. This needs to be talked about.
The reason about the magic numbers become even more challenging to maintain and use. It's so obtuse that the odds of maintaining and using this code decreases the more this array is expanded on. So what's option 2? Well, it would be nicer if it was at line 209. So it's logically grouped together, but in order to do that, we need to bump all the other indexes by 1. So the old 209 would be 210, old 210 would be 211, etc. Unfortunately, this is what we call a nightmare code change or refactor scenario. Since if we wanted to do that, we would have to go by hand and update every single index.
Dude, my thing is, I don't get it. Like, why is he doing this? I don't know if we'll see if the guy in the video explains it, but like, why? Why has he done what he's done here? Like, I genuinely, like, there is no reason to do it like this. You get nothing. Yeah, that is a good. Pirate Software is a worse coder than Yandere Dev.
209 within this file. They would have
all of this for an Undertale clone. Just use Game Maker, dude. If you used Game Maker, this would be 1,000 times... Or, not Game Maker. He's using Game Maker. Use RPG Maker. If he just used RPG Maker, this would be 1,000 times easier.
100% code change blast radius. Since if we change those indexes...
If you copy and paste into Chat GPT, if he had enough tokens, he could probably copy and paste the whole thing into Chat GPT and it would order it properly. That'd obviously be dumb, though. Also, I don't even know if you have that many tokens. I don't know if you could post 560 items in there. And it'd probably fuck it up anyway. Yeah, dude, this guy's a toad. 100% this dude's a toad. Maximum toad energy. Yandere Dev finished his game. I don't think he did. He might have, but I don't think he did.
Every other file using those storyline flags is going to need to update their index number by 1 if they're at the 209th index or greater.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring up my code one more time, by the way. This is what you can use instead of magic numbers, by the way. This PO move, PO study, PO fight, PO escape, those are just numbers. This is literally just 0, 1, 2, 3, but they're named. That's it. It's called an enum. You're literally just putting... how you write it is just like... enum, and then poop, and then you have little brackets, and then anything you put in here, J, K, L, or I already did that. This just means 0, 1, 2. There you go. Now you can have numbers. This is just 0, 1, 2, 3. You can just have numbers, and it still works like a number. You can be like, int poop equals 0, and then you'd be like, if poop equals J, do whatever, and it works completely normally, right? J. It works just like a number. So you have literally no excuse. If you don't want to make these variables, like all those numbers variables, you can always just use an enum. And then they're all named. So it's not just random ass numbers. You're not like, what is 333? Well, you don't use 333. You use whatever you want to name it, right? So there's literally no reason to just have random ass numbers. There's no excuse. 0. Speaking of RPG Maker, Off is getting a Switch release. I swear that refuses to die. I should play Off. I've never played it. I missed a bunch of chats. Oh well. Just keep spamming. I'll see it eventually. Poop from a bite? Yes. Do you like my my random variable names? They're all poop.
The structure is so bad and unwieldy, it's basically impossible to maintain or extend in a good way as it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is literally unusable. He has to start over.
Do the story flags. We have 2 options when it comes to the magic index numbers. We can use const values or enums. Const values are just a named variable with a value that will never change. Enums are a data type that contains its own list of named constants. Enums are
he brings up enums. Yeah, you're right though. There's no way you can make an enum. It's too many flags. That's why. It's one of those things where I literally don't get it. Like, what are you trying to do that requires you to do this? I don't know.
Nicer choice to work with, so we'll go with them. With this enum defined, we can update the global storyline array where index 207 and 208 are with the enum values. Now, isn't this better? Now we have some context for what the storyline array indexes for. Plus, if we return to
I probably should just let the video play. He's literally just explaining what I just did.
Enum values. So 367 could be an enum forest value, 333 could be an enum value for a town, and the 1 and 2 that is Fern and Road could also use a character enum. Now we have our first code improvement. The storyline flag structure still isn't good, but we've reduced the blast radius of change changes from the entire code base to basically just one file. Since we have a nice abstraction away from the raw index number, we just need to update the enum and the storyline array to have new flag options.
Well, yeah, that's the real answer, is what Lumos said, is you don't do this. You don't have one file that has 500 flags in it.
The rest of the code base. This also helps with something called developer experience, DX for short. GameMaker includes what we call an IDE, or integrated development environment. Basically, an IDE helps you to code and easily refer to code and values across your code base. So if we use, let's say, the enum example, and we started typing in middle and then dot, the IDE would show us the values under the middle enum, meaning we don't have to search for the file with the enum to see what values we can use under that specific enum. We also don't.
I think he's a retard who projects his retardation on everyone else.
Having good DX is important when working in a team, and I'd argue critical.
No, I think actually what you're saying, I think is really true. I think he thinks more code is better. Because it sounds good. When I'm like, oh, yeah, I made a project with 50,000 lines of code, that's not a good thing. That's because I was learning. Like I said, if I redid it now, it would probably be like 20,000, not 50,000. You know? It's more code is almost always bad, not good.
You're trying to build and program something solo.
Yeah, just make it Yandere to Pirate Software is a worse coder than Pirate Software.
Code quality now,
or Yandere. I keep mixing up their names.
Let's return to the global storyline array. While our enum changed a huge improvement over the original state of this file, this still isn't exactly good. Now, before I offer a solution,
Lumos, don't you spread your fucking lies in my chat. No class. You have one super class and everything goes in there. No.
Let's see why Jason used the flat single-dimensional array in the first place. So, according to Jason...
Here, should I look up what his question is? It seems like everyone's answering his question except me. What do you ask? What do you ask? Who is it? Salty. So if you use if and then format, you can bypass using a lot of numbers. No, that's kind of an unrelated thing. The whole number... Like, this is one of those things where you just kind of have... Like I said, I don't even know why he's doing it. Like, what he's doing, you should never even want to do. Like, it's not... You shouldn't have 500 variables in a single file in the first place. I mean, maybe it was fucking huge, but definitely not 500 flags. Like I said, like, what he's doing...
all the values to be saved exactly the same way in the game's save file, so players can modify it. Well, his reasoning is kind of dumb. What kind of code structure you have and the save file format you want do not impact each other. Every single game that has a save file has something called serialization, which is the process of taking your game structure and data and converting it into a format your game will know how to read and reassign the values into the correct places. This is serialization and deserialization, respectively, and it's a basic concept when making a save file. This is literally a basic thing nearly every single game has. So, yes, it's perfectly safe to not use the one-dimensional array here. Next, let's look at a save file. So every line has a random number value that's supposed to correspond to one.
Stop showing me. I don't want to see it anymore.
And what we need to achieve. Now let's actually.
It makes me upset. Okay, this is the save file. Okay.
Line array into a struct. A struct
All
is
right.
a composite
Yeah.
data
Okay.
type. Basically,
Sure.
it's just a variable that can hold
Sure, dog.
other
There's
variables inside itself.
I just can't believe it, dude. I feel like this guy's fucking with us, and this is made up. You can't tell me someone looked at this and like, there's no other way to do it. It can't be done. How else can you set 500? One more time. One more time. We'll forget. Dog. There's no other way to set every value to 0. It just can't be done. What's a loop? Huh? Loop? The fuck is that?
Is array indexes. Since we know what the problem is and what we need to achieve, now let's actually code up a better solution. Let's start by changing the storyline array into a struct. A struct is a composite data type. Basically, it's just a variable that can hold other variables inside itself. Since we already know Heartbound has 5 chapters, I'll further split up the structs.
Yeah, I think it's true. I don't think he wants to finish the game.
Concerns. Here we can see what the structs look like. We have at the top level our chapter, then we have our area of that chapter, and finally within the third level we have our storyline event. What's so nice with this approach is we can now ditch the enums entirely. We can access the storyline flags like this, for example, chapter 1, dot, middle, dot, Joe sunglasses. Not only is this incredibly clear on what value we're trying to access,
of a function?
but now we also have nearly no code change blast radius if we want to modify a flag or add a new
one.
Oh
yeah, actually, that's not even true. Yeah, I mean, fucking, dude, he's right. Almost, I mean, this is GameMaker we're talking about. It's not like a pure array. It obviously just has a function that sets everything to 0. Dude.
Also makes it safer if we're working in a team, since now if any changes are made to any of these structs, you wouldn't cause cascading issues to the rest of the flags, as was the case with the raw index usage. While this is nicer to use, this isn't the only benefit. In Game Maker, it's incredibly easy to iterate through a struct. So what we can do for the save game
it's
logic
structs.
is the following.
See, that's what I was talking
We can
about.
take our struct, go through the key value pair, and since we know the depth level, we can nicely format the save file to include the chapter, the section, and the story flags. For example, here we can clearly see which flag is for Joe's sunglasses. Another huge benefit using these key values directly from the struct is we added some freedom to make refactors and code changes possible.
So Game Maker
Since we have the
supports
struct
it.
key inside the
I had
save
no
file for the
idea
flag,
that
in the future,
Game Maker
if we
would
wanted
have
to change our
structs.
code order of flags or add new ones, the struct of the save file wouldn't matter. We'd still be able to easily read in the right values.
You say that. Like I said, I didn't start using structs I knew about them, but I'm like, I don't need that shit. God, that was stupid. You wouldn't believe. See, I could be in one of these videos. Want to know what I was doing? Instead of using a struct, I would just use an array. What, like, if it needed different data types, I would just make it a class, which isn't that weird. People can do that. But if it was all the same value, like it was a bunch of integers, I would literally just use an array, right? It would be in C++, you can make arrays a set value, so it always has like 7 elements or whatever. So I'd use an array with a set value, and then I would just have a corresponding enum that would name all of those values, right? That's what I would do instead of just making a structure. You definitely shouldn't do that, but you can't. I would end up in one of these videos for doing that. I just got back from the gym, trying to learn programming games from scratch. What are some good resources? I would pick an engine that can do what you want to do, right? So whatever type of game, like if you're making a 2D game, go Godot. 3D game, I would do Unreal Engine. And then I would just look up videos of what you want to do. Literally, specifically what you want to do. Like, be very specific. Like, I want a guy that is running around in a 3D world. And then you type in YouTube, Unreal Engine, third-person character. That's it. Then you do that. And then you pick your next thing that you want to do. Like, how do I make an UI? Oh, I'm being called and my phone is on the floor. It was a scam. So yeah, then you're like, okay, now I want to make a UI. Then you literally type into YouTube, UI, how to make UI, Unreal Engine. And then watch that video. And then keep doing that until you learn how to do whatever you want. That's literally how I learned how to code, was just that. And then once you get your feet under you, then you can start being like, I'm just going to watch some C++ videos. Just advanced C++, see what's going on, But I think that's the best way. You should have full-fledged classes and objects in C++, so you shouldn't need to just resort to structs. No, you put the structs in the class. Look, I'll show you. Look. This one has... First of all, object-oriented programming is a scam. Don't you spread your fucking lies in my chat. Spread it somewhere else. Let me turn it on. Structs are extremely good for simple shit like this, just to keep things clean. Especially Unreal Engine has what are called use structs, and they're... See, it's a little more complicated for Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine, you need to talk between blueprints and the C++ a lot, and structs make that really easy. But what it's really good for is classes. Again, it's a separate file. You're adding complexity that's unnecessary. If you literally just, all I want, like, let's see, yeah, I haven't worked on this project in probably a year, so I'm reading things. What am I? So it just makes it, oh, okay, so this is a entity, I guess. Yeah, what the fuck was I talking about? This is what I'm talking about, reading old code and being like, what the fuck is going on? But it's literally just, what I would have done before is I would have literally just had an array that was locked at 3 integers, right? And then had an enum that named the thing. But these are now named variables, and, it's an order. Oh, okay, so I'm, like, telling something what to do. So the order ID, which I assume is, I don't know, something, then the target of the order, and then whatever room. I guess that's where the order is. Okay, so this is probably what the order is, the target, who the order is to, and where the order, I guess if you want it to go somewhere, whatever the room of the order is. And you can just make a bunch of these. It's a fully functional object, so you can make, but it's extremely lightweight. That's the problem with making another class. Like, again, it's unnecessary complexity. Oh yeah, Genesis Epiron, thanks for the $5. For those interested in learning game dev, I do weekly tutorials on this channel. This is That's a Random Name's professional channel. Well, there you go. It's in Unity. Just Some Guy, thanks for the $2. I recommend W3 School to learn basic coding. Well, there you go. But yeah, no, I like structures. The thing is, this is, a more complicated example is, yeah, I just called this structure. What the fuck was I doing? But yeah, you have, this way you can have multiple, and these can have functions, by the way. See, I wonder, oh yeah, okay, so this has a function. The room, okay, so X, Y, so you have positions, the ID, height, width, visibility type? I don't know what that means. Wall type. You can also give these all names, because that's what I'm saying, how they work with blueprints, is this will appear as a structure in, yeah, coding boring? Yeah, maybe I'm talking about too much stuff. Point is, this is a thing. You can encapsulate a bunch of ideas into a single block that you can reuse everywhere. Like, this is one thing. You can have multiple rooms. I assume I have an array of rooms somewhere. No, this is another structure. Yeah, look at all these structures. Structures are useful. Like, look at how tiny this class is, but then you have all of this information in structures. This is neat, looking at old stuff. I don't know. I think you get the point. Or maybe you don't. Maybe I was being eclectic.
I think this
back
is
to
an important
video.
thing to care about. Since the game Heartbound is still in early access, the odds...
Let it be noted, I don't know anything about Unreal, so I'm likely missing context. My Dell Alliance is with C++ with C++ and 99. I don't know. Like I said, I coded the whole thing not knowing what structures are. They're a convenience feature. Because anything that's a structure, you could make a class. But the problem with that is now it's a separate file.
of changes occurring to the various parts of the game are high, and with this save file approach, we're basically in the clear to be as wild with our code changes as we want, and still ensure every player that is keeping up with the game updates is never negatively impacted by them. Also, one other minor thing, I threw in the save file or version number at the top for example. This helps ensure if we're making drastic changes between game versions, you can easily check what version of the save file you have and internally how to update it.
It's always
Basically,
drama
it's
slop
just a good
time.
practice to ensure players aren't impacted by the behind the scenes work and progress on the game. With this solution done, let's now look at the code comments from the original snippet. With their structure and clarity, we can start cutting out large
Stop
portions of
showing
these
it.
comments.
I
We
don't
could
wanna
keep the
see
value
it
conditions as
anymore.
that seems fine. While on the topic of comments, let's pull up some of the other snippets again. The comment frequency is way too high in Jason's code. Code should be self-documenting. Comments are perfectly fine to add.
This might be the only part. I knew he was going to say this. I can always feel it. These motherfuckers. Look, there's two types of people in this world. There's Terry Davis, God among men, greatest programmer who ever lived. Everyone loves him. And then there's clean code people. We don't like these people. These people are bad and scary. We don't like them. They don't like getting work done. And they like things being bad. We should kill these people in Minecraft. So I knew he was going to say this. I have no problem with commenting things. I do agree that they should be way more readable than this guy's is. But I don't think there's a problem with commenting things.
If there's some special conditions or some other oddities surrounding the code usage, but some of these code comments are just worthless. For example, here he
Start
comments what the function
yeah,
code
yeah.
wants to do.
Okay,
There's
no. I
semantic
definitely
code
agree with
inside the
this.
brackets
Like, you
that
shouldn't
affect the function,
comment.
and there's no parameters. If this needs a comment to understand what it's going to do, that means you should be renaming your function, not adding a comment. Also, redundancy like question asked equals 1 and set stuff is just wasting screen space. Maybe Jason was adding this for his live viewers so they would have a reference when he was coding, but leaving this in afterwards, I find
This is why it's so funny that he doesn't use true or false, because that would already be he would basically already have the comment in the code. Like, question asked equals true. That means we've asked a question. Question asked equals 1. Maybe you need a comment for that. You know what I mean? So, like, he's fucked himself here. If he just used true or false, he wouldn't need the comment. Thoughts on Temple OS? It's clearly the greatest operating system ever made. Have you ever read the Factorio devs blog? Nope. It might be neat, though.
questionable. Moving on to the next snippet, we
Every
have another
other line.
array to
Yeah,
look at,
okay,
where Jason's
I'm
manually
with him
setting
now.
each
It's definitely
array
way
element
too
to
many
mostly the
comments
same value.
that are
First of all, manually
unnecessary.
setting every single array index for hundreds of arrays is something I've never even seen an amateur developer do. It's also
yeah, okay, I'm glad he pointed that out. I'm like, I don't even think this is a beginner thing. I think this is a nobody does this. This is like psychopath shit. Not using true or false, an old C convention. I have a feeling that's not where he gets it from. The strangest feeling, I don't think, that I'm pretty sure he just does it because he's dumb and doesn't know what he's doing. Go back a little bit. What is case 65? I don't see a case 65. Sir, you have lied to me.
Moving on.
There's no case 65. Oh, never mind. I'm blind. I see it. Break the silence. Animus, case 65. Activate dialogue option 2630. God, that's... I mean, that whole thing's bad. Like, what is... Break silence? Question mark? Like, what does this mean? Like, I get... I didn't write this, so I'm going to have more confusion than him. There's no way he can read that and has any idea what the fuck is going on. But yeah, that's perfectly fine to have like, you don't have, for a Switch, you don't have, it doesn't have to be 0, 1, 2, 3. It can be whatever numbers you want. Again, the problem isn't that it's like 32, 65, 97. It's that no one has any fucking idea what those numbers mean. That's why it should be an enum or a variable or well, in that case, it wouldn't be a variable. But you know what I mean? It should be named in some way. Like, what the fuck does it, or it should just make sense. I don't know. Maybe 65 means something, but not in this case. Yeah, well, I'm trying to think what it could even possibly be. Anyone have a guess? Break silence in the situation, post multiple dialogue lines. I get the... Yeah, I get that part, but what's 65? What is it? He made his code unreadable, so they couldn't hack it. Hide the other part. In Game Maker, it has a graph that shows what the numbers mean on the left. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, maybe this isn't as stupid as it looks. A damage value? No, there's no way, because this is dialogue. Which question did we ask? Oh, okay, so it's question number 65. See, this is... I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I don't read. So question number 65, we activate whatever that nonsense is, and then we leave the switch statement. At least this switch statement was used correctly. 55. You should be using enums. Yes, you should.
Redundancy like question asked equals 1 and set stuff is just wasting screen space. Maybe Jason was adding this for his live viewers so they would have a reference what he was coding.
It is
but
still
leaving this
stupid.
in afterwards,
Yes.
I find questionable. Moving on
It
to
is
the
definitely
next
still
snippet, we
stupid.
have another array to look at, where Jason is manually setting each array element to mostly the same value. First of all, manually setting
Again,
every
loops
single
aren't
array
real.
index for
Never heard of
hundreds
them.
of arrays is something I've never even seen an amateur developer do. It's also problematic in a few ways. Either the array should be initialized with values directly, then modified by using the right functions, or we should be using a for
Yeah,
loop
I don't want anyone to get it wrung. I've definitely used magic numbers before, which are just random-ass numbers no one knows what it means. You definitely can do that. But you probably shouldn't. Like, almost ever. I've done it many times. But definitely never to this degree, and you definitely aren't supposed to do it.
over
It's
the
a
length of
mental
an existing array,
damage, yeah.
ensuring every index has a valid value if we're completely modifying it to something else. Let's make our code change first, then I'll break it down. So what I did here was I added what is called the for loop. What this loop is doing is I will start at the 0 index of our array. Check
Is it normal to have code for every line of dialogue? No. Like I said, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, I can look at it and tell you what it is, but I couldn't tell you why he's doing any of it. Like, genuinely. Like, this is nonsense. It's all nonsense. Every dialogue is code, but you shouldn't have a line of code for every dialogue. Like, you should have a file that, yeah, actually, wait a second. Let's go back. Let me think about this. Let's think about this. Why is this? See, this is what I'm talking about. Maybe he is doing things that aren't that stupid just because, it's so unreadable. We don't know what he's trying to do. But why do these individual questions need, like, obviously it's going to activate dialogue options, but why do we need this in a switch statement? Why not just have the dialogue be its own class, and then it activates things based on, whatever it is? I don't know. Point is, it looks
it's just
weird.
Wasting screen space. Maybe Jason was adding this for his live viewers so they would have a
Yes.
reference. What he
No,
was coding,
supposedly he doesn't have coders working on these games. Supposedly only he's worked on the code. That's what he says.
And afterwards, I find questionable. Moving on to the next snippet, we have another.
Yeah, dialogue's in a separate file, but what he was asking is, why does he need, why does he need all of these code responses for every set of dialogue? And the answer is, you really shouldn't. But
the array to look at, where Jason's mad.
Because I know how games like Mario, I know specifically Paper Mario does this, that the text itself, right? So you have, we bring up code again, bring somewhere. Where is it? Hello? Did I do it? Yes. Okay. So I remember how Paper Mario does it, which is really cool, is the text itself will have, like, okay, so the text will be poop, pee, right? And this is what they're saying, right? You'll see on screen poop, pee, but then they'll have codes. They'll have, like, star, open box, something like that, right? And this won't appear, right? Open box won't appear. It's a code that tells the game to then open a dialogue box, right? Or do whatever. Like, or you could do, like, it'll have, like star wavy text. And then it will know to make poop pee have wavy text, right? So that's what I'm thinking, where it's like, you don't have to do, like, if dialogue, let's see, if dialogue, whatever, we'll just assume that's a variable, equals 1, then do wavy text. You don't have to do that. You could literally have little codes in the text itself that means do wavy text, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of a weird way to do it, to literally just check, is this question number 30? Is this question number 4? You know what I mean? Like, that, you definitely don't have to do that.
Setting each array out.
And I'm not saying that's the only way to do something like that. That's what I was thinking, like a class of some kind. I don't know.
First of all,
that's getting a little more pedantic about it. That's being a little more pedantic. Being like, actually, you could be doing this a lot cooler.
Every single array index for hundreds of arrays is something I've never even seen.
Dumb question, maybe out if the code is overloaded. Can it cause game stuttering or other technical issues? Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Well, too much code, like literally just having too much code like this, where it's a big long list, doesn't change anything. It can affect, I think it can affect compile time, but that's it. But like badly written code can cause technical issues.
Also problematic in a few ways. Either the array should be initialized of values directly, then modified by using the right functions, or we should be using a for loop, iterating over the length of an existing array, ensuring every index has a valid value if we're completely modifying it to something else. Let's make our code change first, then I'll break it down. So what I did here was I added what is called the for loop. What this loop is doing is I will start at the 0 index of our array, check to see if our current index value is less than the total number of indices in our array, then it'll execute the lines inside the brackets, in our case assign a value to the current index. Finally, it will increase our current index number and check the loop conditions again. If the condition is still true, it'll keep executing the code within the brackets until
stop showing me better code. I want to see worse code.
Break out of the loop. Then after we finish with this loop, we manually assign the 2 special index cases with the angry road voice value. Loops are another basic concept of programming. Now, why is this better? Well, for one thing, if we ever change the size of the array code in the future, this code will still be safe, since the array length index will know the exact right size of the array. Also, not having to write a million lines of redundant code is nice too. Second, this is actually much safer.
Yeah, and chat in general is giving way better suggestions on how to how to do this way better. I was literally thinking about. I'm like, it seems like such a dumb, or not dumb, but like a silly question. Just to be like, do we really need code for every dialogue? And it's like, no. I mean, you shouldn't. And I'm trying to think. I've never done dialogue like that, so I don't know why. So I'm just kind of thinking, because, like you said, Unreal handles things differently, where it kind of does a lot of stuff for you in that case. But I'm like, there's no way that's the best way to do it. But yeah, chat's giving very good suggestions on how you can make it a lot better.
Trying to use the voice list. And let's say Jason.
Why is Toad spelled wrong? Because the person I had make it spelled it wrong, and I thought it was funny, so I said to keep it. And I'm like, because Toads are dumb, and they can't even spell their own name right.
27 elements in his voice array instead of 26, and he was once again using his magic numbers
actually,
to try
Nintendo
and
did it better than
27 of the Road Talk voice list. If we look at the original array list, it only goes up to array index 26. So what happens when you try to access an index that doesn't exist?
Wait, what? What? Huh? Herm? Huh? Huh? I'm confused. He wrote the comment, so he knows it's wrong. So why'd he do it? Like, what he's about to explain in the video is if you have an array with 30 elements and you try to get element 31, it crashes. But if you know it only has 31 elements and you wrote a comment, or you know it only has 26 elements, and you write a comment that says it only has 26 elements, why are you trying to get element 27? Like, I don't know, dog.
Well, the
I don't know,
game's
dog.
crash, that's what's going to happen. This happens because accessing an array index isn't code.
Okay, yeah, but tell me why he did it.
So
I need to know.
Is Game Maker will launch
It doesn't make any sense. Why would you know it's wrong? Why are you doing it?
Invalid index, the program will crash. Since only at that point
this is a manufacturer. Oh, was I not listening? Did he? Is this the guy who made
the
it?
Array index is invalid, and there's no data there to access. Using our approach and the array functions.
Oh, okay. The guy who made. Okay, never mind. I was like, bro, there's. Excuse me. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
For the last valid index of an array, this doesn't guarantee the right character voice or expression will be used, but I still think it's preferable to have the wrong voice sound activated while the game is playing instead of having the game crashing.
Yeah. Literally. Trust me, I would not expect him to do anything like that. Like actually check. Does he talk about that? But you can literally just ask it to be like, is this a valid index? And then do something if it's not a valid index.
Who knows how much time or progress? Again, for loops.
I'm sorry, I never worked at Blizzard.
Are very beginner level concepts and near universal in all programming languages. All right, last snippet we're going to look at for this video. Here we have a gigantic switch statement with multiple repeating cases.
Okay, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Pirate just wins. He does win. He used at least one switch right. We saw that, and he seems to be using too many of them, but at least he knows what they are. And that's kind of the bar. Unfortunately, whatever his name is, Pirate Software is who we're talking about. Yandere Dev has no idea what a switch statement is. So unfortunately, Pirate Software wins.
Amount being like 1,000 cases for one possible branch path. There's a second branch path where there's like another 100 switch cases inside it too. I think Jason
Someone just pointed out that this guy has a Valley Girl accent. Now I can't stop hearing it. It's true though. He really does. Case 9999. Yeah, I assume that's just default, and he doesn't know what default is. Because, or it's just a code. Like 9999 could be the error code. No, it seems like an end dialogue code. Honestly, that's not that weird to just have a random... Now, like I said, you use an enum of some kind. But to have like a specific number mean a thing, like you could have 111 means poop or whatever, you know? And I assume in this case 999 stands for end dialogue. But given it's at the end, maybe you should have just used default, you know? Meaning anything that's not correct ends the dialogue. Yeah, I don't think there are 999 cases. I don't think that's what that means.
This one. Let's start with a simple improvement for the multiple cases that are exactly the same code. Normally, when you have a constantly repeating code, you write.
Wait, are those the same? Next step equals to 18. Yeah, no, those aren't the same.
Call it to reduce code duplication and to reduce the possibility of incorrectly copying code and introducing bugs into your program. So if we create a function to reduce the amount of repetition we do, there's a lot of benefits.
Okay, I don't know. This is more clean code stuff. Yes, you can do that, but if it's only 2 times, you know, he might just have snipped it off. But if you're literally only doing this 2 times, like it's either 1 or 2, you don't have to make a... No, there are not 999 cases. In a switch statement, you can use whatever numbers you want. So it probably went 1, 2, 3, 4, then 999, right? And what he should have done probably is do 1, 2, 3, 4, case default. And default means anything that's not 1, 2, 3, or 4. And now what he's saying, he's like, look, these are basically the same thing. You're just using different numbers. So why not just make this a function? And the answer is there isn't a point unless you're doing it a lot of times. Like, again, this is kind of a clean code thing that I don't agree with at all, where you should not waste time to save time. So, yes, if he's doing this a bunch of times, he should make it a function. If you're only doing it twice, which is all we can see, maybe he does it a bunch of times. But if you're only doing it twice, then there's no reason to make it a function.
Code introducing bugs into your program. So if we create a function to reduce the amount of repetition
it's not
we
two
do,
times. Yeah, maybe he does it like 100
First,
times.
It's a lot easier to read and manage the code and the various cases. Second, it reduces the possibility of doing something incorrectly, especially when you're doing the same step hundreds of times.
God, my brain hurts
Again,
trying to
better
understand
developer
why.
experience
Yeah,
too.
I know.
If you have common behaviors in a function, you don't need to manually type out the
Yeah,
steps for every
yeah,
common
there's no
dialogue
way he
behavior.
knows what
It also
default
speeds
is.
up development. Since Hardbound is a primarily story-driven game, the more of these common functions you have, the faster you can make cutscenes and dialogue scripts. Now, how do we improve the 1000 switch case? Well, I thought about this for a while, and I think the fastest way to improve
okay, see, he's not showing it, though. Is it actually 1,000 switch cases? Or, because all he's showing is case 999. And like I said, a switch, you don't literally have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do 1, 2, 999, 70, penis. Like, you can literally put whatever you want, you know? So I don't know.
It is.
I don't know if I buy this. I don't know if I buy that it's
And we
literally
throw it in the
1,000
trash and
lines
never
long.
look at it again. I generally thought about this for quite a while.
Because he's not showing it. Like, if it really is 999, why aren't you scrolling through it to show it's that many?
Improving the structure. For most of these code reviews, I tried to never recommend anything too far removed from the current state of things. But this is generally such horrifically architected code. There's basically
The
no real
label
way
said there were 1,000 cases? Hey, Frogman, let's say I bought into Pirate Software's BS a couple years ago and bought Turdbound. Do you think I could get a refund on Steam if I already Pirate Software isn't going to finish it? You could try, and they might. I don't know. I love how this is just shitting on the guy for yeah, no, I don't give a fuck about the initiative. Fuck this guy. I just want to, it's one of those things where he is supposed to be teaching people how to make games. And you know what they say, if those who can't do teach. But it's not supposed to be like, this dude is less knowledgeable than any of the people he's trying to teach. It's pathetically bad. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, he probably does. Okay, you're right. He probably does have 1,000 switch keys. At which point, I would say, I'm with this guy. Just delete it all and start over. There's no reason to ever do that.
Generally, when working with dialogue or complex cutscenes, you'd be using a lot more things than just the raw strings themselves. An array of dialogue structs for the lines would be a fairly common approach, and we could skim through a quick example. So the struct data is pretty dependent on your game and needs, but a few things are fairly common across most games, like having the line itself, the character you want to show on screen, and a dialogue type. Generally, we'll have the event type dictate how to...
Yeah, this is the other way you can do it. Rather than having it literally in the text, it can just be a data structure.
Proceed. So,
oh my god, they're making end towers. It's my favorite, but you're not allowed to do this. Why? Are people doing this because there's no mods? Do I need to mod someone? It looks like there's no mods. Who wants to be a mod? Let me bring up. I have to hide this. Hide. All right, who wants to be a mod? Quick. Quick. Spam. Oh, wait, I forgot. I can't see it from there. Quick. Who have I seen a bunch of times? Oh, we do have a mod. Pudding Nick, what are you doing? And Irish Major Tom, what are you guys doing? What are you talking about? I'm like, oh, the people are making end towers. I should have a mod. So my mods are here. You guys are... Oh, not me. Okay, I won't mod anyone for now. Only because I don't recognize names yet. Next time I spam, we'll have some mods. Back to drama. As God intended. Mods? Another frog has hit the end tower. Where is it? Come back. There we go.
A more simple example could be something like the following scenario. Here we have the dialogue.
Grass Gurney, thanks for the $2. Just like Kobe's mods, they're busy circle jerking. Yep.
Array filled with structs, and each dialogue line is a struct in itself, and it tells us exactly what kind of dialogue event it is and what choices and actions are possible for it. This reduces our switch statement to a handful of cases depending on how many
weren't
event
making
types
end
end up
towers,
adding.
we were
Secondly,
making
it provides a
frog
very
towers.
solid
Oh,
and
those are
reliable
okay.
structure for us to use for all the cutscenes and dialogues within the game. Also, variables in GameMaker can point to other scripts.
Just some
So
guy?
let's say
Yeah, I
we need to do
recognize
something
you.
Crazy that requires
But
an
there were
escape
too many
hatch.
me's,
Well,
it was
that's
going
also
too
incredibly
fast.
simple. Since in GameMaker, we can set the value of the dialogue struct to another script and call it with script execute. With this, we have reduced over 1,000 dialogue
doesn't
cases
know
into
us.
a handful that are easy to reason about.
The
and extend.
ADHD is
Since
too
this a
hard. Like
separate
if there are 300 people doing me, like I ain't finding anything in there.
example, I'm not going to dive into this anymore. Okay, with all that out of the way, I think we can start closing up the code review, and I can start going over my comments.
Frog.
First off, yes, there's a lot more things wrong with the code I've shown from Jason that I didn't talk about. There are way too many things to nitpick, so I try to limit my comments to the biggest issues. I also try to avoid offering changes or advice that is too far detached from its current structure and setup. That's why I didn't run through multiple solutions. Also, I didn't talk about any actual game design patterns, since that would be another video into itself, and he wasn't actually using any inside his code. Next, during the code reviews, I wasn't explaining any special concepts or anything. All of the Boolean stuff, the for loops, the save
Yes,
default
dude, I'm
initialization-
glad he finally pointed this out. Because this isn't even beginner shit. This is like, yeah, okay, it is. It's literally your very first ever code lesson is this. For loops, bools, that's like day one of coding class. That's what I'm talking about. It's not like it's not like he's not an expert, because he's obviously not that. It's like he's not even a beginner. He's been coding like 8 years, and it seems like he watched maybe one YouTube video on it and never learned anything else. I literally said I had to go for a few minutes, and they started making end towers. It is under control. Like frog. Okay, I see what happened. Feel like he could have. I think he was fine. He was just he's kind of talking like everyone knows. But actually, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I kind of agree with you. He kind of explained it weird because he was explaining it acting like he was talking to someone who's never coded before, yet he was explaining it like we all already know what he's talking about. But no, it's a fine video.
Using functions with parameters, enums, or const stuff, all of that is literally intro level program concepts. There was at no point in the code reviews where I went above a junior level developer's expected knowledge. Well, except maybe the struct iteration and the save file stuff. To help put this in perspective, let's pull up the Stanford CS 106A Intro to Programming course. This is a first year, first semester type of course. It's incredibly similar to the one I took during my first year of college. And let's just look at the things you learn in. Basically, everything I discussed in this video is stuff you learn in this intro level course. The fact Jason doesn't even seem to have a good understanding or know about some of these things is just baffling. If we consider his 2002 LinkedIn start date as when he started learning about programming, that means as of today.
Well, that's because he's a liar. He didn't learn about programming at any of his jobs. Like, he says he did, but here's what he did. He worked at Blizzard as a nepotism hire doing literally nothing. Then he made furry porn, right? I don't think that one takes coding. Just a guess. I don't think coding has anything to do with furry porn. Then after that, he worked at a Blizzard again, but as a QA, which has, again, nothing to do with coding. That's literally, you're just bug testing 99% of the time. Then after that, he worked as like a moderator, basically. He was just Blizzard's official Janny, banning people who are botting and stuff. Then after that, he was penetration testing, but that was as a social engineer, meaning you just go up to people and be like, what's your password? Tell me now. And if they tell you, then they get in trouble. That's literally all that is. So he's never done any coding. He codes like a beginner because he is a beginner. To me, that's not the weird part. The weird part is that he's been working on the game for 8 years, or no, 10 years. I forgot, I got that wrong. 10 years, and he never improved. Ever. I mean, it's insane. Don't you watch that too, DEBIN? What do I watch? I don't know. Penetrating ferrets. That's what he does. How common are Nepo babies that do nothing but collect a paycheck? Probably not as common as diversity hires, but probably common. Yeah, beginner for 10 years. Yeah, basically. I mean, he just... People who think they're already good will never learn anything. That's the problem. You know what's funny? I remember this. I mean, it's crazy. It even works for video games. It even happened to me. So here's what happened. In Smite, I said I'm bad. I tell everyone I'm bad, right? And every time I played Smite 2, I got better. I went, you know, from gold to plat to diamond to obsidian, right? All the way up. Then the second I started thinking I was good, which is obsidian 3, I'm like, I'm good now. I would literally, even in my head, I'm like, I'm good. I should be winning when I lose. That's what I would think. Then I stopped improving and I started losing. That's what happens. If you think you're good, you will never improve. You have to say to yourself, I'm bad, I need to learn. And he's never said that to himself, ever. He's a dog shit retard who has never programmed anything, and he thinks he's good. So he'll never get better. He'll always be a beginner. It's pathetic.
23 years of experience programming, yet somehow he doesn't even seem to understand the most basic entry-level concepts in programming. It doesn't matter what programming languages you use or learned, these concepts like loops and booleans are essentially universal in nearly all languages. Now, someone might argue he doesn't have 20 years of game maker experience. I don't think that's a valid argument, but let's go through it anyways. His first released game was Champions of Breakfast, and he spent roughly 8 to 9 months on it. So for Heartbound, he should have had a pretty good understanding of things. If I wasn't making this video, I probably never would have touched Game Maker in my entire life. The entire time it took me to grasp the Game Maker language and write the code you saw in this video was roughly 2.5 hours. So I'm not.
Yeah, that's because people got mad at me in the comments. With GML's a scripting language. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as C++. It's just not. If you know a real programming language, you will pick up a scripting language in literally seconds. And even, yeah, people were mean to me this, and I'm not that good of a programmer. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think picking up any language is that hard. If you, like, I went from C# to C++ really easily, and C# is supposed to be easier than C++. But when you're talking about a scripting language, yeah, 2 hours sounds about right.
Not giving Jason any passes due to a lack of experience with Game Maker. Now, I avoided trash talking his code too much during the reviews, but let me pull up that mega switch statement again. Let me also pull up some Yandere dev code. Now, I know everyone trash talks Yandere dev's code, but it's easy to see how and why he made this.
Hey, he's bringing up Yandere dev.
Previous game dev experience or programming experience, and he dived headfirst into Unity. He just took the first thing he learned and he ran with it for every problem.
This is what you're supposed to do, by the way. The thing is, you have to learn more. Here's what this is how I learned everything. You pick one thing and you learn that and you use it everywhere. Everything in coding is a very specific tool. It's a screwdriver, hammer, whatever. Don't do it that way. If you learn something, it's the fucking hammer and everything's the nail. You use it literally everywhere, and then you will learn where it works and where it's not useful. But because you used it everywhere, you'll understand it better than you ever possibly could, only using it in very specific situations you probably don't even understand yet. So you'll learn it very well, and you'll always have it in your brain. Then you learn the next thing, and you do the exact same thing. Use it literally everywhere. Just shit it out everywhere. Where it's not supposed to be used, where you think it might be usable. No, just everywhere. And you'll learn it. So what Yandere Dev's doing here is fine. If you're just learning, okay, now I know what an if statement is. Where can I use if statements? Use them everywhere, all the time, in every situation. But you have to then move on to the next thing. You can't do that forever. Again, you have to keep moving forward. That's Yandere Dev's problem, is he never moved forward.
Code isn't good by any means, but you could...
That's because you changed between C-like languages? Yeah, that's probably true.
Understand why it's like that. With Jason, I'm just left so confused. Like, he's supposed to be a game dev industry veteran, and yet he's making stuff as bad as a complete amateur like Yandere Dev. I also spent some time after finishing up this portion of the video, thinking back to all the code reviews I've done in all my previous jobs. I've easily done somewhere in the thousands of various code reviews, and I've reviewed code from all sorts of experience levels, from senior software architects to people having done a 4-month bootcamp and having less than half a year's of experience. And yet, I don't think I've ever reviewed anyone's code that was this bad. I'm not being hyperbolic.
Yeah, this is 100% the worst I've ever seen.
This is genuinely some of the worst code I've ever reviewed, and I didn't even explain or dive into every possible issue with it. Plus, if we remember all of Jason's hacking claims, guess what? You need to know these basic programming concepts if you want to do reverse engineering or malware analysis. This is the foundation nearly everything else builds off of. Taking all that into account, I think Jason has been lying through his teeth about all his coding abilities, all his assembly stories, and just making stuff up with terms he's heard thrown around. If I was working with Jason and I saw this type of code being repeatedly submitted, I would push for him to be fired, with my state of reasoning being gross incompetence.
Yep. Well, there's that video, chat. God, that was, I kind of wish I had watched that all the way through. before my video, because that was way worse than I could have possibly imagined. Like, you know me, I get a little silly, a little kooky in my videos. I might stretch the truth a little bit. But I actually think I was underselling it when I said how bad of a coder he was. I really think I was underselling it. That actually was 1.5 dot speed. Do we watch a Yandere dev code review now? See how much better or worse it is? Yeah, dude, maybe I won't. I might. I'll think about it. Making another pirate video. But I don't know. It literally what it'd be. Pirate Software is the worst coder of all time. It's so bad. All right. What time is it? 4:15. No, we can stop stream here. I think that was a good stream. All right, chat. It was fun. We all had a good time. Are you still working on any games? Nope, not right now. I kind of dove... I already wasn't doing anything. And now dove kind of headfirst into the YouTube thing. I'm going to try and full force until the mold knocks me down again. Yandere Dev is the most epic video game. We should get Yandere Dev on Chudcast. How's that sound? Yep. Already? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I get tuckered out. They'll get longer each time. The streams will slowly get longer and longer, because I think this was longer than the last stream. Make a game where the mold is the final boss, but then you'd never win. You would never win. All right. Bye, chat.